style over substance. Attitude is everything. Live on the edge. These are the only 3 rules that guide our future. A future inspired by the work of Hosan Gonzalez, bound by Mike Pondsmith's cyberpunk law. A dark future cast in a neon glow, where corporations through nuclear fire have destroyed the known world, save for a few mega-metropolises. The tales you are about to witness are built around the heart of one such city. Robo City 16, where the machine rules through a mechanized iron fist. The promise of prosperity through logic and sedation has stagnated the progress of the people. However, what the logic of the machine will never conclude, but the will of a few may, is it's time for change. It's time to rage. For good or ill, the chosen few are those you witness before me. Let's meet the members of the now notorious Mortal Code. We'll start on my bottom right, your bottom left. Enzer, take it away.
I'm Enzer, and I play Tink, a crazy old guy who likes to fix up meat and metal. I'm the newest member of the Mortal Code. I'm wearing a highly advanced piece of technology on my head that only works for me, and maybe it doesn't even work.
It's just a pot.
I'm full of character. Okay, that's me.
You're a pothead.
Oh god.
I'm Luna, and I play Netra, a netrunner who is an up-and-coming superstar who rolls with the Mortal Code. I wear a headset that's outfitted with cameras that allows me to hack into tech, as well as stream an encrypted POV video to the Deep Stream, which is actually the stream that you are watching right now. So let me know if you think you have a good idea for us to implement in our game tonight. For example, if we're at a fork in the road and you think we should go left, or maybe we should blow some guy's head off, put it in the chat and I'll relay it to the group.
All right. This is
Oh,
Ray.
I'll post a link so that you can see what it kind of looks like in his headset.
Good evening, good evening. My name is Remy the Everliving. I play Nomad Extraordinaire, Astrea Magnetar. I can drive anything. Usually dresses in some pretty sleek clothing, some tight pants, a vest, maybe like a harness with a shotgun and a Goku blade, a blade that basically extends pretty long. If you're thinking of a scene, think of Garen Lagann when he faces that one general. That's
Or Goku's
or
bow
yeah, or the
staff.
bow staff. Yeah, but that's a bow staff, not a knife. Like,
Completely unrelated.
anyways, yes. Astrea Nomad, Magnetar, Nomad Extraordinaire.
All right, and with that, we do have a few announcements, some exciting announcements to get through before we get into the stream of your dreams. The first and foremost is we announced Monday night, I believe, that our next giveaway is live. I don't know what that squeakiness was about, but it's live. We will be giving away the Hosan Gonzalez art-themed steel cover of Cyberpunk 2077. This is, sadly, it's contained within the US only, just because of shipping restrictions, and honestly, we're going to have to buy it from Best Buy, from your local Best Buy, and just to make it easy and streamlined, we've kept it to the US only. Yes. So,
But upcoming giveaways will be international included.
yes, this is our first US only giveaway, but most everything else, which have all been dope prizes, by the way, will be open to the international as we proceed forward.
We're only giving it to us. That's right.
Our
Us.
goal for this achievement giveaway to be unlocked is to get 100 followers on Twitch by this time next week. And we are at 92, so we are pretty much there. With your help, with sharing, we can make it there easily. And it's you are eligible just if you are on the stream during that time and you have followed us. We will call from all of our followers across the hopefully more than 100 at the time. And if you're in the U.S., we look forward to congratulating you. Our second announcement is that a Kickstarter went live, a Kickstarter that I am very passionate about, and so is the rest of the group, called Acheron. It's by Dark World Studios. The
Picture's
Acheron-
live, by the way. It's in the
Yes,
upper
right
right-hand corner.
here, this beautiful creature here. Acheron is a 1930s era grim punk tabletop role-playing game where you must sacrifice your humanity to fight against the evils of the world. There is an equal focus on roleplay and combat. Unique races such as Dark Leechers and Soul Menders, as well as different pedigrees of human, all with wildly different cultures and traits. A dynamic sanity system with 3 main categories of possible trauma: morality, violence, and the supernatural. There's deadly gritty combat where cover and armor are the key to survival. Character-defining merits and flaws. The Die Hard system, which allows characters to defy death by taking permanent flaws, such as a missing limb. A world based in reality, produced by a biologist, anthropologist, and engineer. And their main inspirations are the SCP Foundation for factions, monsters, and atmosphere, Lovecraft and cosmic horror for the feelings of dread, Dishonored for architecture, art style, and the gritty nature of the world, and the Witcher video games for novel monsters with weaknesses that can be exploited through study, a la Know Thy Enemy. It's also based off of historical events such as the Civil Rights Movement, the Suffrage Movement, the Anarchism Movement of the early 20th century, as well as the governmental reaction to all of those movements. If you're curious and want to check out the game right now, the alpha is live on their website, darkworldstudios.net. Go ahead and check it out. We played a practice session, and we are gearing up to actually stream this game, and we will announce our sessions of Acheron in the coming days and weeks. It'll be our Halloween-themed stream, but Cyberpunk will continue on the normal schedule. The last announcements are, we are joined by the preeminently popular world rulers, the Loser Club. Below me is Luna, next to her is Enzer, and together they make Loser. And they are the owners and purveyors of the Loser Club, a Monday through Wednesday stream from 5 to 10 p.m. Are you guys still thinking about changing the schedule?
That's our schedule for now.
That's their schedule for now. They are cosplayers, they're awkward, they're wacky, and they're quite a hell of a lot of fun. So go ahead and make sure to check them out. Also, this headset, we were talking about virtual reality and so on and so forth. To help theme up this stream, I am using an Oculus Quest to help me DM, as well as to help immerse you in the world of Cyberpunk, or Hosan Gonzalez's interpretation of Cyberpunk. I have a display, a heads-up display all around me with various different notes, the ability to roll. I'm actually watching the stream to the left, which actually it's encountered an error, but I think that's a Twitch. And refreshing it, and we're good to go.
Oh my god.
All right, so without further ado...
Wait. Sorry, real quick. Just wanted to point out that Netra here posted the link to the Kickstarter for Acheron in the chat if you are interested in checking that out.
We may want to turn on the AC because I am sweating like a pig.
Stop it. Gosh.
Only
Y'all can't
12
be
minutes
like
in. You have 3 more hours.
That's why I bring this
That's
up
because
now.
it's about
Come
to
on.
get spicy.
Come on.
Gannon,
Yeah.
go ahead, turn on the AC, please.
That's our dog.
He's very
Okay,
capable.
boy.
I can't even say that.
They see
He's
us.
a fossil.
He is the opposite of capable right now.
All right. And just before we get into it, I would like to thank everybody for joining us here tonight and spending their time with us on this wonderful, fantastical Thursday evening. Now let's get into tonight's episode of Sasapunk. When last we left the punks of the Mortal Code, the grand race in the eye of the storm began, taking place across a long-dead industrial city of cement and metal, where in the very center a spiraling tower hangs high. Its summit, the finish line, where the victor must display their tribe's hologram in triumph. As the racers propelled deeper and deeper into the city, its secrets began to reveal themselves as massive 30-meter-tall mechanical apes made their presence known, meandering in a perpetual search for prey. This day, the prey is shaped in metal frames, speeding along the city floors and highways. The mortal code, used to metal monsters more maniacal than these, pushed right through the apes' crushing feet and pounding arms, making their way up the Spire, the final leg of the Grand Prix. One veritable game of Rampage later, and our punks arrive as the first car to the top. But the third machine we pick up now, at the top of the Spire, whose summit pierces even the height of the storm. Lightning and clouds roll below you, dazzling stars above you. A giant ape machine before you, holding the manticore duo in one hand, over the ledge of the Spire, as it hangs on to the top of the tower, equidistant from the finish line and the control panel. This is where we pick up now. And you hear, as you have just sort of rounded the spiral highway going up this this tower to make it onto the circular, maybe 50 meters in diameter top of the building. The ape is hanging on the opposite side of you, off of one of the sort of 4 support pillars that scale up the 4 sides of the building, holding onto the pillar with the manticore, this partial human, partial little person, both wearing this combined exoskeleton in the shape of a 4-legged beast. And the top of the exoskeleton is displaying now the flickering hologram of the actual mythical manticore creature, as Malik, the larger of the individuals, acting as the most of the body and legs of this creature, yells out, "Help! I don't want to die! Hang in there, Uno!" And you also hear the familiar hum of Bastion rolling up ascending up the spiral highway that you just came from. So, what would you like to do? This is like immediacy, so you all have one action before things progress. And if you have any questions to help materialize the scene, let me know. There's a lot going on.
I'd love to do something right now, but I did just barely survive a failed attempt to throw an explosive out the trunk. Instead, it went off in the trunk.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I forgot as well.
Where I'm at. So I'm gonna roll
I tossed 2 pain pills back there for you. I think.
to
One
become
pain pill, I think,
conscious. I feel like that's only fair.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey! Wow, natural 10.
It's actually like 4 shots of espresso just land right inside of your gullet, and you, instead of being sort of knocked out, you're just like awakened by this rocking of your entire system. It's almost like your entire body was just like shaked limber. That makes, like, thrown into the back of the trunk, back slapped against, jostling all of your limbs, all the fascia just totally melted away, and you feel better than ever.
Wow.
Roll a d4.
I need a shot of that.
You get
4.
You get 4 points of health back.
Dang.
You get
Go
blown
to
up, get 4
snooze.
points.
I'm like a
of
cockroach.
health.
You can't kill me, and
Oh
the
my God.
pesticides
I wouldn't say things
only
like that at the very start of the episode.
Yeah.
mutate me and make me. Oh yeah.
You've already died once in this
What's
campaign.
karma? Okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, baby, feeling better.
I have a question though about our what's going on in the car. Was what is it? Adina in this car with us?
Yes. She's in this
The miracle child.
She's in this state of almost like she's gone completely internal. She's in the fetal position. There's like a constant whimpering, and then every now and then it'll turn into almost a cry. And she's
Okay.
Yeah.
If I can do anything else in that moment, or is that plenty?
That happened just before you got up here, so we'll say that's fine. You all have a collective moment together.
Okay.
As you just hear Tink screaming in the from the trunk.
In my excitement, I'm gonna, like, it's one of those things where you look around to see if like everybody else has the same face, like, everybody else feeling this moment.
You're in the trunk.
And then I hear the whimpering on the other side of the couch, or not couch, back seat, and I'm gonna push.
What kind of car?
I'm gonna push like one of the seat compartments open, and check on Adina.
As you look around, and you're like, anybody else feel that? The rabbit, the Max rabbit, sort of mechanical figure that is Adina's, just sort of like puts his hand on your shoulder and nods. Because you're like, anybody else feel that?
Oh. Hey, well, can I like open the hatch?
Yeah,
the
this
back
has got
seat?
to be quick though. So you like whatever you do, it's not a conversation. It is an action. If you talk too long,
I'll notice
Metal,
that. I'll hear
you
the
hear
whimpering,
off-
see her in disarray, crawl in and just basically, like, put my arm around her and like start patting her head and try and comfort her.
Okay, give me a cool. Actually, no. There's like a human.
Come on, kid.
There's a human
Empathy?
empathy. Is there one? No, I don't think there's an empathy.
That
roll.
You gotta
EMP?
live in this moment.
There is human perception. Yeah, I guess that is empathy. EMP, is that empathy?
Yeah. I have very little empathy since I'm a nomad.
Where's that little kid?
Okay, then give me an empathy. Give me
I
an
don't have a
EMP
lot
plus
either.
conversation.
Okay.
Wow, yours is pretty good.
What?
The rest of us are just cold, unfeeling robots. Wow.
Natural 10, baby. Where's that little kid that I met at the junkyard who was so happy to play with junk?
She goes from shivering and whimpering and kind of like damp and a little bit cold actually, to like her breathing. You can actually hear her breath now as it's almost like she's focusing on sort of relaxing and normalizing a bit. You do see her eyes still sort of her brow furrows that she's still in pain, but you've helped her calm down, at least for the moment, and she grabs onto like her tiny little, like smaller than even like a typical proportioned hand for somebody her age, again about like 4 to 5 years old, just like curls around your top finger and like brings it closer to her.
That's the spirit. And I'll say that's my turn because that actually was kind of a conversation.
Do you want to do anything?
You have 30 seconds to make up your mind, and then again you're hearing the rending of metal as the ape's grasp is closing around the manticore, and you're still just seated at the top of the tower. You can literally just drive across the finish line and tap enter in the control panel, or you can attempt to save the manticore. It's up to you.
I say we just drive
We
right
doesn't-
through.
we don't want to save them because I mean
No.
they did try and mess with Tink and us before, so
But why would we save them?
I'm in so much pain! I didn't deserve this! I'll change, I promise!
Estrella, drive!
Uno, hang in there!
Can I use my power glove to like activate the button even sooner?
The power glove is not to hack like inanimate objects. The
Oh.
power glove is literally to take control over an animated arm.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, Astrea can drive, and you can. I mean, so for example, you can literally, provided your roll is high enough, hack into the ape's arm and just chuck the manticore off in any direction. You know, like if you really want to be, if you really don't want to help them.
I'm gonna lean out the window.
What does it mean to be human these days?
I'm gonna lean out the window with my power glove and flip them off as we drive by.
Wow. Wait, so are you controlling the ape's hand to flick him off, or?
Oh, can I?
I'm sorry. I did just explain that you can control the
I
ape's
didn't realize.
arm.
Sorry, I
should
thought
you
you
have
said
a higher
arm,
roll.
but I didn't hear ape's arm. Sorry.
I think I missed that too.
Toss
Yeah.
them, then flip them off.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, in
Moral
that,
code.
in
What
that
does that even mean?
case-
Manticore's blasting off again.
In that case,
I mean,
yeah,
we're
I
pretty
would
much on a
like
Team Rocket contraption.
to try and control the ape's arm to do a punch to the manticore, but also like flipping them off as he punches.
Like an
So you're just
uppercut.
murdering them with
Yeah,
the finger,
or
with the
like
middle
this,
finger,
like-
I guess.
Here's their face, and he's like,
Okay, give me a tech plus. No, give me an
And you
interface.
thought we were going to save them.
Give me an interface. You know, I always like to put moral options in there just to see.
No, I appreciate it.
This is.
why would we save them?
I-
This is a post-apocalyptic cyberpunk, like Hosan Gonzalez world. So the chances that you would ever do something like that are slim. I just like to see, you know.
We're just like one of those products where the worst feature is actually the thing that we market as our best.
Oh, cuddle
feature.
turtle. I'm sorry.
24.
Come on, ape. What do you got?
You got one of those power packs? Just throw them at the ape and I'll launch a tomahawk at it.
What's your color of choice?
Our color of choice?
Yeah. What's
Purple or
what's
blue?
Netra's what's Netra's favorite color? Like, what's her HUD of all the HUD options
Red.
that you can? Okay, so the blue lights
red.
that are lining
red.
this ape, not only symbolizing its on, which based off of the rows of apes that you drove up on the way here, that were either in stasis, and as you got higher and higher, they would power on. These lights would sort of light up, indicating that they are active. Its left arm that's grabbing onto the support pillar, you see the lights ding, ding, ding go from blue to red. And you're just punching it, the manticore, while flicking it off?
Yes.
Okay, and then let it.
Throw them, yeah. If I can add on another.
Actually, you can't throw them because
fine.
you're just controlling this arm. So yeah, as you as the ape lets go, the ape's head is still looking at its arm, and just like as it's now arcing down, as you see the disappearing dual
Perfect.
form of the massive ape just slam its fist, and you see. As they disappear beneath the clouds, just this explosion of metal pieces and this yelling of this ape falling towards the ground. I don't know how apes yell, but
That was very close.
That was lifelike.
Well, you've watched a
they
lot
have
of documentaries.
the throat machinery of a goat. Vocal cords. There we go. Okay, so Astrea, it's like 50 meters, so it takes no time at all to just boom, cross the finish line. It's anticlimactic until you hack into the terminal to then sort of activate the holograms.
So
And
it'd be like a speed racer ending.
you see that
Yeah.
you see that the top, just like what is it called, drifting around, sort of slamming Netra's window up against the control panel, and you see as the control panel lights up, so too do the tops of the 4 support pillars. As you see, sort of like rays start to almost like stretch their muscles, like the tops of the pillars, lights start to highlight and get more vibrant and sort of just activate. So, what would you like to do, Netra, as you see now just like
scrape over the edge in a hover vehicle, in an air car, your car, Bastion.
Oh,
Howland
okay.
just go, woo! Oh, that's what I'm talking about! Oh, we didn't make it! As he sort of like curl, as they slam onto the top of the building, they slam an impact right next to you.
I'm gonna lean out the window and hold my fist up and do a goat scream at him. Can you do that for me?
I don't know. I'm really sorry. If it's too loud, please let me know. I don't want this to be the consistently awful to experience stream. You just see in the passenger seat, you actually see Light Rider turn his head, and you see him play across his visor a gif of a goat yelling back, and you hear sort of like the it just play out of his headset.
Nice. That's all I do.
Somebody has to access this
Oh.
panel
So-
to put in
Then yeah.
to put in there.
Grab the
I guess
By the
so,
way,
yeah.
none of you guys have
Netrunner.
actually activated, have used the ad creeps technology and reverse engineered it to make an ad.
Well, we have plenty of time right now.
Do you? Because
There's
Light
giant,
Rider
there's giant
is
apes.
rolling
yeah.
down his window, and he jumps out of the
Oh.
window
let-
and
he's on-
slides
wait,
across
he's
the
on
top
the
of your
same
vehicle
team.
and accesses
doing-
the terminal.
No, he
He's on the
doesn't.
Go
same
ahead and
team.
give a net running.
He's on the same
He
team.
represents the Quasars. and-
Yeah,
No.
yeah, we represent the
and
Quasars. What?
Look, everybody wants to win.
Goodness.
uh,
I'll hack
I go over
his
and I punch
ad
Light
creep.
Rider.
Can I hack his ad creep?
Okay. Give me a give me a contested interface.
I go and I punch Light Rider right in the face.
You gonna punch Light Rider? He's out of the vehicle and he slid across.
What? I thought we were like right there. Like,
Yeah, he's next to you. His window rolled down and he jumped out.
I'm
Are
gonna
we,
get
are we
out
allowed
of the
to punch
vehicle
other people? or
with
no?
with Adina and have her hop on my back, and then we're gonna walk to the edge of this spiraling tower, facing the crowd.
Okay. Go ahead and make a contested. So, give me a.
Wait, first, are we allowed to punch people in this competition, or is it only like not indirect
It's
action?
our team.
It's
You can punch him.
it's. Remember, it's like mostly vehicle to vehicle.
Oh, so you can't actually attack the other driver. No, I won't attack him. Alright, I'll just.
Make composing or
Mm.
composing. Compose me a net running check, an interface check.
I got a 24.
Use luck. All of it.
I did.
Oh, more! It's renewed. It's renewed.
Okay, as he takes like this this now dead bird that's just sort of like coming from the bird's feathers are collected light into this form of this swirling nebula, quasar, this swirling quasar with a tow truck with Light Rider, with like the Tron light streaks as it's sort of navigating in and out of in between stars. It's like a small hologram about this big, as Light Rider is like sliding across, and he's about to you see the terminal activate and highlight, and you see these connected light energies start to intertwine, and what do you want to do?
Can I explain what it looks like now? What it changes over to?
Yes.
The hologram?
Yeah, but you have to it's like a program. You have to make it. So
I mean, it's a photoshopped image.
okay, so if you guys win, a photoshopped image is going to display on this huge building
Yes!
to represent the quasar, whatever.
I
Yeah,
wrote
sure.
it down!
So as these strands of light are connecting with one another, the quasar is like pulsing in and out, and it just disappears before what replaces it.
It's the three of us. Estrella, myself, and Tink here. And we're all standing like very majestically, like superheroes. Except it's actually Winslow's body, but I just put Tink's head over Winslow's head. Because I didn't have time to take a good photo of him before this race.
Okay.
I don't photo well.
He doesn't photo well. So it's just Tink in his pot hat,
It's just this like
like
crazy
with his
face at
head
the top.
on Winslow's body, and then let's see, underneath in very small font with like asterisks, it says sponsored by the Quasars.
Oh, gee! Thanks! As Tink is looking up behind him, and you see the four support columns of the building almost mimic what the feathers of the bird were doing, and they are connecting these light strands, like weaving this image together. And as it completes, it's you could swear you hear boo come from beneath the raging storm beneath you. But the image is it's like 150 feet high.
Good.
And extremely wide.
Good.
And the lights of the building start do, like whatever the primary coloration is, or mix of colors is of this hologram. It starts, the building starts replicating those colors down as lights just do. And from where you guys are, if the rest of the tribes continue to navigate into the eye of the storm, they just see standing on clouds. I honestly can't explain in any epic or grand way a normal image of three people just standing there.
We're like this, like.
I just start the car
Maybe
and
it's a
start driving
GIF.
down.
Maybe it's a GIF, and like our hair is kind of.
You leave us?
Oh, wait, but I was like, get in the car.
And
Let's just go.
and then like a few seconds pass by before like you see like in that like bar that flashes, like you can type here like sponsored by but sponsored is spelled wrong, and then it sort of like erases, and then like sponsored by the Quasars. And then it like you see it resize. You see like the side paneling of Photoshop is still visible, and you see it disappear, and then you just like see it get corrected. And
Export, save as PNG.
Yep.
I'm gonna retcon that we walked to the edge because I forgot that we're actually like now the storm has hit us
Yeah.
as it was moving. So that
So
doesn't
there
make
is
sense.
again, you guys are on the summit that has raised above the line of the storm. So you just see a blanket of clouds in this honestly this magnificent opening of the eye of the storm. A few hundred meters away from the spire. So you just see this huge sphere arcing out where the inside is empty save for the desert landscape. And you see like the glimmering of the cars of the tribes off in the distance. Oh, that's nice, guys.
Quiet, Howland.
Light Rider just sticks his head onto the windshield of Bright Bloom, and you just see really sort of splay across his visor.
Go home, Light Rider.
Yeah, see you at camp.
Yep.
And you
See you there,
Yep.
buddy.
Yep.
as all manner of momentum has halted completely, you do start to hear this like
Vanglorious is dead. So
that is getting it's raising. Its proximity to you is decreasing. So it's getting closer and closer from below the building. As you see break from the clouds on the side of the building, these hyper intense strands of light that are just like a carnival of light as they're spiraling around each other. And as it leaves the clouds, this light, the music materializes into that of the same kind of music that Vangalore Vivid was playing in the camp. As the ball you see that is creating this light raises above the ledge, and as it raises all the way, you see the form of Vangalore Vivid standing underneath the ball with his arms curled. So he's upside down. And that was by no means any display that I anticipated, Netra, so way to go.
What were you expecting?
Man, I think actually our Wi-Fi might not be the best here because
No.
we're just like the stream does keep stopping on my handset. But anyway, so he from Upside Down says, "Spectacular! It's with divine honor that I accept defeat from such a striking driver." And he's looking at, he's facing you, Estrella. "The wheel does not fall far. I bet Miss Tetra Proxy might even feel pride in something other than herself."
Yes. I actually, I don't think I don't say anything. Actually, I don't know if he can hear me or not. If he's even alive, that's just a.
He looks up and sort of puts a finger on his chrome Caesarian sort of face, and he looks at the display and he goes, "You guys could take a few lessons from me in showmanship, that's for sure. This could have done with a little work here, but a winner's a winner, right? And it was about the journey, not necessarily the end. The kamikazes may not have won, but we're all victorious in the spectacle of it all. What a show." And you just hear Howlin go, "Up yours, you walking seizure center!" Such a colorful use of diction, handyman. Howlin, from your back, like Adina almost like tries to pull her limbs in farther as you feel your coat get pulled across your shoulders and tighten behind your back, and she's almost sleeping right now, like her eyes are still shut, and she just goes, "Stop hiding," and you just see Vangalore disappear for a split second. You just see his entire image just blink in and out. "Strange tower in a strange city. My eyes tuned to perceive spectrums of reality you wouldn't even imagine, just experience some disruption. Proximity of the storm must be interfering with our electric systems again. We mustn't dally. I've come bearing the winner's rightful bounty." You hear an engine rise from the clouds as well, as this golden, almost semi, rises, the back facing and connecting to the rounding side of the top of the spire, as the tops of the semi, the entire semi length is bisected as the tops flap up, the doors flap out, and the entire sides arc down, revealing this flat, almost like garage, like portable garage. There is Vangalore's entirely beat up vehicle there, the Toyota from Initial D, though chrome this time around. And there are, you see, there's like a pile of goods, 4 golden wheels that were referred to, as well as, what was it? It was 20,000 credits, and a pile of some other like materials to soup up your vehicle. And he says, "And some flashy convenience for those needing a ride down."
Very well, we'll split it.
As a ramp just extends and lands, grating across the top of the tower.
And then somebody else would like to say something real quick. Sorry, quick question. Vangalore was he trying to have a conversation with us in the beginning? Can we respond to him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It seemed like he was very far away from us.
No, he like came up the side that you were closest to.
Was that a hologram or was that actually him?
That.
It's hard to tell. His form is unrealistically spectacular. That is apparent. He is a floating show. Again, like a hyper resolved Android Jones piece come to life is how I like to think about it. Just like an infinite number of like organized and colliding shapes and colors and geometry shifting in and out of one another and sort of like pulsating in and out of him. And the only sort of stable color on his form is his chrome head.
I'm not gonna talk to him. I don't know what to say to him, but I have Adina on my back, and we're still looking out. And I just like to say to her, "You hear that? There's a party back down there waiting for us to celebrate our victory. I can show you how to dance when we get back. Have you ever danced before?"
You promise? I dance all the time, but my mom said I was no good.
You got it, kiddo. I'm the greatest dancer you'll ever meet.
You hear this almost like break through the solemn nature that she's currently conveying, this like genuine, and then just almost immediately goes back to just sort of like resting on your back.
Yeah, let's go back to the car. Yeah, well, I'll head over.
Did you say 4 golden wheels or 4 golden steering wheels?
4 golden wheels.
Like actually the wheels on the bottom, like these things?
Yeah, you can go take a look if you want. They're actually pretty. They're like suspended in air, just sort of like rotating.
I mean, our car doesn't have wheels, so it's just like I'll just give those.
Okay, to save time and also energy here, these wheels are intended to be both ground wheels and the kind that sort of like flip, spin 90 degrees,
okay, like
and
Back to the
also
Future type
provide.
deal.
Yeah,
Okay.
I should have just said Back to the Future, but I shouldn't say I haven't seen all that movie.
I'd like to, set Adina down in the back seat, strap her in and everything, and give her a little pat, and then look over at Netra, and be like, "Look, I'm no artist, but I can tell or see art when I look at it, and that guy." I'm pointing over to Vein Galore. Like, let's ask him to redo our thing. No offense to you, but I feel like we owe it to the Quasars, They got us through the storm. And wouldn't you want to represent them? When
They are represented. This is sponsored.
We'll put that on
by
the
the
side of our
Quasars.
vehicle, It'll look good. It'll look great. It'll be so nice. But I'm pretty sure maybe we can give him some of our prize money to do up something that.
At least 2 minutes on this image.
Oh, I don't doubt it. But let's just give it a shot. You
can use your prize money.
We could unite these guys. They seem to need something.
I want to go. I have a bad feeling about this place.
Where is this bad feeling, Adina? Is it deeper in the tower?
I don't feel comfortable here. I don't know. I want to go. I can't.
I want to turn to Howlin, I guess. Like, did you take her back? I don't know. I'm interested in this tower now.
Hey, Glitter Boy! Is that invitation for me too?
Sort of looks over.
Of course. It's for everyone up here, isn't it? Have at it, old man. Old men. Interesting group.
I'm gonna flip up my visor. Be like, I'm not a man.
Indeed. Now I see that clear as day.
But my eyes are still pretty messed up.
I'm gonna peek out of the vehicle and be like, Mr. Glory, we have a proposition for you.
What kind? I've seen every proposition underneath the sun.
Would you like to display your work, your style, with the Quasars logo, emblem, symbol? That you want to redo this here? Hmm?
I'm gonna turn up the volume
got
on
quite
my
the
headset
style.
so it's like obnoxiously loud, so everyone around us.
You're like
can hear
that
it.
pouty teenager,
Yeah.
So he's
like on a
it's just
road
like,
trip,
Yeah.
ignoring life.
Sitting in the passenger seat.
You just hear why, and then it just like just like fades out. And then his head turns to you, and the radio just starts like beaming out his voice. It would be, and his like head is facing you the whole time. It would be my pleasure.
It better be amazing, but I know it will. What's your price?
I'll do it for free. Things like this, I was born for. Celebrations, grandeur, spectacle. You leave that to me, and I'll see you down. Don't start the party without me.
I'd never.
I think it's already started.
I believe it doesn't start without you.
Netra, you did notice that when you hacked into the bird that accessed the terminal actually had 4 more security layers. Just as an FYI. Yeah. So the flaps are down. The truck is pulled up. It is a hover. It's a HOV hauler. HOV hauler. Hover hauler. And it has space for all 3 vehicles. I would say no more vehicles than that can really get inside, but prizes are there as well.
All the parts?
Not all the parts, because you can't. It's not like one size fits all for all parts. One of the prizes was your entire vehicle gets like pretty much souped up to 100%, and you also get to you get to choose a function of another vehicle, one of the losers. So yeah, you guys getting on or check out? What are you doing now?
I mean,
You can just drive. You can drive back, but if there is a raging rad storm with a bunch of apes under you. So
I want to ask Howlin, how important is this storm to the nomads? Like, is it like a favorite thing, or would they care if it disappeared? Maybe if we could try and fix it, maybe, because I don't know. It seems big headache.
what you on about, Estrella?
This tower
You have a magic button that just turns you off the chain.
Has nobody tried this tower yet? I mean, there's something in this place, obviously, but
Clearly, giant fucking apes, Estrella. Who wants a piece of that? Not me.
you could stop them. Something, whatever. I guess the nomads are fine with it. You only pass through here, so we'll leave it be. I just walk onto the trailer.
Lass, you know your mother takes a certain amount of pride in her ability to navigate such a shithole such as this red storm.
But she wouldn't have to. But whatever. Well, I know. Let's go.
But take it from me, the entire world will be better without this dangerous, radiation-filled, lightning scary shit. There's too many here, and I don't like it. Neither does your little lass in the back seat there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. But we'll be on our way after we collect our prize, I guess, and we'll continue on.
Let's get in this sweet hover thing. Yeah.
As Vane Galore just like levitates over to the control panel and starts working his magic, immediately all 3 of you just disappear from the display. As it's like you see his sort of like Photoshop After Effects magic start to work, as like immediately more saturated lights, sort of like floating orbs, and you see particles like floating outward. You see almost like from like this spectral void, beams of light that you're used to him are just shooting out. You see like immediately the colors of the kamikazes start to bleed in, and then he's like, "Trust me, muscle memory, whoopsies," and he just starts to fade in the more purples and blues. And you guys are walking onto or driving the vehicles onto.
Can I just pull one of those like quickly pull the back of the seat lever and just like go back all the way and just. But then like
whoever's in the
whisper-
back seat. Like,
I don't care. But I'll just whisper like, I guess it looks good.
Yeah, you can. I mean, far be it from me to prevent you from pouting.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, as you guys get into the back, drive the vehicles up. It's like a length of space where it's Vangalore's like utterly destroyed vehicle, Bastion and not Bastion, Bright Bloom, and then Bastion behind. As the sides of the sides of this sort of like mobile garage starts to reconnect to each other, the seams pressurizing closed once again as the back of the truck sort of slams shut and lights highlight across, lighting up the inside of the semi that you are now in. But before the last of it sort of closed, you did notice it's like what might be the final product of what Bangalore is manipulating here. Is it looks as though you can imagine if you're looking from inside of the eye far out and you just see the top of this spire, the display is such that it almost looks as though the spire is traveling through the cosmos, as it just looks like it's getting like similar to the Quasar's original sort of their own homebrewed like holographic flag to represent themselves with the sort of ever-expanding Quasar. His is consumes the entire top of the spire, and again, it's just like imagine this spire just floated like almost like Falcor, but instead of clouds, it's like the cosmos, and the spire is Falcor. Anyway, figured I'd put that in there.
Less creepy.
Yes.
Pat me, Atreyu.
Okay, so as you guys, as you feel it descend into the chaos of the storm, and the semi starts to get rocked back and forth. You hear the lightning streaking around you, as it's almost it seems difficult for this thing to contain its stability. And you hear at the bottom of your vehicle as it gets sort of like, it almost sounds like large meaty clamps clamped onto both vehicles to just keep them in place. And you hear come over your speakers, "You have to believe me when I say you shine too damn brilliantly to exist. With a bounty your size, it's either me or someone less vivid that'll smother your light out."
Tomahawk missiles to the top of this thing.
You can oh yeah, you do have tomahawk missiles. As you continue, like he says, struggle all you want. Go ahead and release the tomahawk missiles and roll damage.
What is the damage for them? I don't.
Okay, so tomahawk missile, they like to keep it to d6s, so I guess I'll respect that. Yeah, it would be 8d6.
Oh.
He says, with Bangalore vivid at the helm of your destruction, you should count this as your lucky day. And you start to hear, feel the semi get propelled forward and start to arc down and start to shake more rapidly. Netra, you have your heads-up display is automatically calculating the distance. Like there's this representation in your HUD of like where the ground is in the city, your trajectory to it, sort of like the dotted lines arcing downward, and it says 12 seconds until impact.
27 for the damage.
27. As your vehicle is locked in place, the like tomahawk cylinders on the side sort of raise up and just you take 1/3 of that. So we'll just say 9 points of damage. As you are inside of this contained vehicle, Vangalore's vehicle is just shredded to bits, and there is a small dent that you see air like passing through and on top at the seam above in the vehicle. So that was, you did not waste any second. You guys have 12 seconds, which is 4 rounds. You can tell me what if you want to do something collectively per round, or you can handle things step by step per person.
So do we know is this thing headed over the clouds?
And
or is
I'm
it
also
headed
going to
down?
just start a 4-minute timer.
Is this like thing headed
maybe-
towards Robo City 16, or is it headed down, Mike?
No, this thing is headed down.
Straight down.
Are
12
there
seconds still
apes
intact.
still
Oh, so
below
it blows
us?
up. Okay.
Well, it's not headed straight down. It's headed like it's arcing towards the city.
Are there apes still below us?
I mean, you can use you can do a perception check.
I'd like to start. I'd like to use my arc, like equipment, like cutter, to try and cut the clamps off of the hover car.
Okay, as you open the door, you sort of look under the vehicle. There are 2 clamps, 2 meaty clamps on both axles. Go ahead and give me a tech. And the 4-minute countdown has started. You have 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
Can we hack this vehicle in any way, or no?
I'll just say, like, as Netra tries to reach out, the electrical components, it's almost like there was a surge as soon as Vangalore spoke. And so there's like this flapping control panel that's sparking. You may be able to fix it. And I will pause anytime I'm like describing things.
I rolled
Okay.
a 14 for perception.
25 to use the arc cutter.
Okay, first one with the 25, just utterly severed. Focusing on it, ensuring that the job is well done. You still have a second one to go. With a 14, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see you see 2 manual levers on the back doors of the semi, and above on the top doors of the semi. You see that sparking electrical component, and that's about it in terms of like things that you can use in here. There's also Vangalore's now like slacked vehicle, but yeah, that's all that you see. So Tink is already tending to one of the claps, but there's also Bastion to think about.
Is Howlin here? Can we tell him to do something, or no?
Oh, I knew he was too shiny to be true! What do we do?
I'm like, Howlin, see if you can fix that control panel. Something that's so Netra can perhaps hack into it as a last resort if we're about to die.
Bastion can still,
Alright, Lassie.
can still hover, right?
Oh,
a
it can
little
still
bit
hover,
off
yes.
the ground.
Nope,
What if
it's clasped as well.
That's the one I'm cutting out.
Oh, Bastion?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for saying that. Howlin goes right over the control panel and says, "Oh, I like your thinking." And he sort of like brings out a slew of tools from his belt and starts like going to town. With an 8, he goes, "Oh, quite a job done here. Anybody got an extra wire?"
I have wires.
Lass, what are you waiting for?
I give him a wire. What kind of wire?
You like an electrical wire.
I have electrical wires. I give him one.
Where did you get electrical wires?
I have a headset.
Okay, so you're
and
stripping
I'm
your
a
headset.
Netrunner.
So are you stripping your headset?
It's in my backpack.
The old headset?
Yeah, the old headset is in my backpack.
Okay. I would say after that you would have to make like a slight adjustment, but after that you can no longer use that headset. You just have to work on it though. As he like just like throws his hand back and sort of like throws it into the panel and starts. You just hear sparks like. Zzz, zzz, zzz.
Oh, I'm not sure we're gonna make it.
As the entire semi rocks. I want you all to make Dex plus athletics checks.
Oh no!
Remember, Estrella, anything intelligence based is halved, I believe, because you took.
Yeah, I have reflex still active, but Dex is doubled, isn't it?
Dex is doubled for sure. I'm just letting you know.
I got a
Dex
1.
plus
Okay. Netra, you are knocked out.
20.
As you hear Hallen go,
20.
I got it! Hack, girl! Hack! It's ready!
Oh my god.
I rush over to her and I slap a refresh in her like go, like, come on, wake up.
starting and stopping the timer is freaking and going between the dice is a hell of a hassle.
21.
Okay, 21.
To cut the...
You are already low to the ground. If you want to cut the second one, go ahead and make that roll. You are fine. You just like stay low to the ground and you're thrown up a little bit, but otherwise you're still feeling limber and good. What'd you get, Estrella?
I got a 29 for the but I can't remember what check it was though.
Oh, you buckled your seatbelt, so you would have slammed your forehead into the wheel, but you know the first rule of driving. So
Safety first.
yeah. So what is everybody's next thing that they're doing? You've got a minute and 30 left.
Do I wake Netra up? I guess.
Oh, you're waking Netra. Sorry.
With the refresh, I guess. I like.
Oh yeah, Netra, you just any sense of like fatigue or mental drain or anything is just like clarified. As you and Tink, man, you guys are feeling great.
That's the last one. We have no more. No more drugs. That's it for drugs.
I got some.
Damn it!
We're gonna have to buy some more.
Don't worry. I always got a stash.
We still have reflex and
Tink,
pain pills. Just
what
no,
are you doing?
no more reflex.
I'm cutting the other clamp on the.
I like it to hold yourself,
On the
Netra, and slap her,
bastion.
and then put her
Okay,
towards
I'll
the
say
thing.
like there's no need to roll again for that. You know what you're doing. You cut the second clamp. That is your second move of 4 potentially. You've done one move, I think. Estrella and Netra, you've also done one move, I think.
Well,
Get
we
knocked
are-
out.
we are-
Actually, you've done 2, spotting the.
We are
And
falling,
with
and I did roll for it, and I got 21. So
Okay.
Oh
well,
yeah, I shot the tomahawks and I spotted the thing. Yeah.
Okay. Next up, what are you guys doing?
I would like to hack that electrical panel.
45 seconds. Okay, give me a interface.
25.
You see the image again, just like getting it's like very close to the ground right now. 25. Okay, you're in. You have a few controls. Most are sort of like the regular sort of standard commands. You can of course open the hatch. You can but this is just for the back compartment. This isn't like to control any of the thrusters or anything like that. So you can undo the clamps, undo the hatch. Yeah.
I'm gonna undo the clamps.
Okay. Both Bright Bloom and Bastion already has resumed its levitation, but Bright Bloom sort of like raises a little bit after the clamps have released and it's sort of regained its natural height. Okay. What next?
What if you guys tie a rope to me and everybody gets in the car, and then I open the hatch in the roof and we fly out?
And now you hear right next to you.
Great.
You can. Don't you have the power glove still?
But can I control it while we're in this?
No. never
If
mind.
you have line of sight, you can.
So no, not yet.
Or if you have like if you've connected via Bluetooth.
If I get in the car in Bastion, am I close enough to the electrical panel to still be tapped into it?
No.
I have to do it manually?
Yeah, because remember you don't have any beetles, and and it's a 6-meter distance.
Okay.
So the very closest you'd have to be in Bright Bloom.
Estrella, use the blooms. I'll drive Bastion out of here.
16,
the blooms can't
15,
do any. They're
14,
just shields and laser beams.
13, 12.
That's all they are.
I'm pressing the hatch open.
As the hatches are opening, you
I'm
see
getting
this-
into the
and I'm
Bastion.
getting in the car as fast
You're
as
gonna
I
Okay,
can.
run to
are
the
all of you
car, I
getting in
guess.
Bastion?
Yeah, Bastion.
I'm
I
grabbing Adina, throwing her in
Can
Bastion.
we all fit in Bastion?
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Yes,
We're
because
all
it's
going
pretty
to
much the
fit.
original crew plus. Oh,
No,
I forgot about Light Rider.
We have
He's
Howlin',
in there too.
Light Rider.
You guys, as you guys all pile in, you just see like exclamation question mark as he's like looking for seats.
I'll grab him and pull him into the window. He's gonna have to lay on our laps.
give me an athletics check, and this is the last thing that you can do as Bastion is hovering. Give me an athletics.
What?
Right, as I thought, I had just assumed that Estrella was gonna be driving Tetra's car. So I guess I'll just like cram into the middle between the driver and passenger with the Dina on my lap.
Okay, what'd you roll, Netra?
A 19.
Okay, you just barely get his legs, his torso into the window as his legs are squirming out before the, right as he gets in, that's my headset. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, right as he gets in, right as you pull him in, you see the semi extend away from you as the ape is like flying towards it and smacks it out of the air just before it lands onto the ground. The ape just sort of like sliding onto the ground with the wreckage of the semi rolling and slamming into building after building, as the ape is just like almost running after it like a banana. And the bastion has just maintained its hovering state, as the semi just utterly wrecked.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can see Bright Bloom in there at all?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check. You do hear the roaring of apes and the storm around you as you are in the thick of the storm. And you hear coming over the comms.
So that's
Estrella!
so that's 6, I guess, since it's half.
Unfortunately, it's you do see a few pieces of shrapnel along with the golden shrapnel of the semi, but it's you can't actually see the final fate of it. Estrella, are you hurt? Where are you?
That's you, Dad? Hmm? Who is that?
It's Tetra. Jeez.
Oh, what, did you had a male voice? Oh, well. Oh, hey, mom, yeah.
The kamikazes took off in a hurry, and I fear for the worst.
Well, Bangalore did betray us, so...
That display over the building may be magnificent and incredibly fantastic compared to what was there, but I sense foul work coming from those.
Sorry to interrupt, but we need to go! Get us out of here!
We're coming into the city. We're going to pick you up. We're getting out of here now.
Are we still falling?
No, you're not. You're in Bastion, which is an aircraft.
Oh yeah, so it's just hovering. Yeah.
The different and the prize is gone.
Yeah.
None of you guys collected it, so the golden wheels are just everything that was in there is destroyed.
Options were limited.
There might be time to go investigate the crash before they come around.
I want to get. I guess. Yeah, I'll drive. I want to drive briskly over the wreckage to see if I can see like Bright Bloom or anything like that's left with it, and then if I see nothing, go.
To hold an action to hack any ape's arm that comes within range.
Okay. And there are many more apes like roaming the city now than there were when you were driving through. As like you're hovering just above a building, you just hear these servos moving and the ground pounding about 20 meters to your left, and you just see this massive, almost like mechanized apish head just appear through the cloud, but just under your threshold. Hasn't seemed to notice you just yet. Estrella, you're driving towards the.
Just like I'm driving, but I'm taking like the not the scenic routes basically. I'm being very like, there's apes here, go the long way around. There's apes here, go the long way around here, and just to like skim over to see like okay.
Maneuvers.
Yeah, just like trying to stay out of line of sight of these apes, and if the invisibility still works, I'll hit that, I guess.
The invisibility does now, thankfully, and also the barrier. Now that you realize that was, this vehicle has quite a few functions, but again, it's not unlimited. So as you are invisible and you sort of drive over the.
It's like, I guess if I'm getting really close to an ape, I'll just press that real fast, like invisible, and evasive maneuvers more. So I guess. Yeah.
Okay, give me another perception check, Estrella.
Anybody else can do this as well, since it's halved for me.
I am up
Halved
in
is
the
one.
front in the front seat with him, so I'll.
Do I still have the plus?
Half is 1.
Do I still have the plus or no?
This is a perception check?
I guess it's 1
I
plus
rolled
5, so
11.
I mean-
6, I guess. Yeah.
Wait,
I
did you roll a 2 or a natural 1?
I would have 2, but
Okay.
half of that's 1.
I was keeping an eye out for apes to hack. So could I also do a perception check?
Yes, and you immediately see a
Oh.
golden back of a semi get flown at you.
Ah.
This is just due to Estrella's natural 1 as she's slowly creeping through the through the rolling smoke of the storm, as like buildings are barely visible, even very close by. Just this semi. Go ahead and make a driving dex.
I
or
can
a
definitely do
reflex
that.
driving.
That's simple. Actually, that's 23 still, yeah. 23.
Okay, you just sort of like barrel roll out of the way as everybody has to like hold on to their seat. Oh, what you doing, Estrella?
Do I get a glimpse of anything in the trailer as it flies by?
No, and there's no like secondary rattling within the trailer either. As you pull forward, the ape that threw it, as it starts to materialize through the smoke and haze, its arm that just threw it sort of like reaches down as it starts to waddle over, and it reaches into like towards the ground and just starts to lift up Bright Bloom.
Like, Netra! Netra! Do something,
Yeah.
please!
No! Can I hack his arm?
Go ahead and give me an interface check. Don't.
Hey, kiddo. You see that car right there? Don't you just want to play with it? Just like in the junkyard?
arm freezes still as the ape is confused at first as it's looking at its hand that is now glowing. It's like shifting in and out between red and blue as like sparks are now forming, and it just like grabs its hand and starts to like bring it down to its mouth. You tied. It also got a 21.
So now what?
So now
roll
it's
again?
fighting against its hand to put it
Can
into
I
its
roll
mouth. As it's
again?
just like its mouth is arcing towards it. You guys also have artillery or like you have firepower and
Can I
things.
try and?
I would say you can roll again, but half of the car is now in the ape's mouth.
I'm trying to get Adina to play with the car like she was moving things in the junkyard.
And how do you do that?
I'm gonna ask her if she wants to play with that car.
Okay, I guess give me an empathy plus conversation.
I got a 21 again. Wow.
Natural one.
She just yells at the top of her lungs.
Another goat scream?
She never did the ghost thing, right? I don't want that on Adina.
Oh God!
But she
Make
does
it
scream, and there's
stop.
almost this like super.
What?
What?
What's up?
Oh, I'm sorry. For a split second, I was like, "Is there an earthquake happening?" The monitor was shaking. Like
Oh yeah,
that's-
that got me earlier too.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's
Yeah.
me shaking.
I was like,
My bad.
I thought there was an earthquake earlier.
it's like I've never been cognizant of an earthquake when it's happened, but apparently it's happened multiple times. Anyway, yeah, there's almost like a pitch that is not natural for a human that actually hurts your ears with that. Netra, you get off the hack just in time. It rolled a 19, so as it chomps down, the car is just scraped out of its mouth as the back is like just like bent down, and the trunk that you were just in is like squished entirely as it pulls it out. What are you doing with the hand, I suppose?
How high up is the vehicle right now? On the ground?
The ape is like 30 meters tall, so
You're just like a,
it's, it's like 25 meters is how high the car is.
what is that in feet? I don't know what 25 meters
It's
is.
roughly 75 feet.
Oh, that's
Three
really
times.
high.
Or 3.3, I think.
Yeah, I guess
More than 7, roughly 80 so feet.
put it down and then exactly what Estrella just did.
Wait.
Hot Wheels.
Do it from the camera.
I was
Yeah,
gonna do
that's
that
meaningful.
Arn, but I couldn't just drop the car, I guess. Can it?
Well, no, Arn. On that note, like I was thinking this originally. The ape is furious that it's like every time an ape's arm gets controlled, its system shuts down, and this one is just like punching itself in the face as metal shards are just like flying and flying, and it's like punching its forearm as it's releasing the car that's scraping alongside the ground right now. So what are you doing? Estrella, you get another... Well, actually, everybody in the car gets another ping from Tetra. We're almost there!
Do you have anybody that can tow the bright bloom? I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, there's this wily Scottish man who can...
Howlin', you're in the
here.
car, yeah.
Shite!
What?
Someone bring the tow truck. Someone bring the tow truck.
Yeah, somebody, like, nobody's just going to leave a vehicle. There's always a secondary and even tertiary driver if the original driver's not there. So you can bet that there is somebody in the tow truck. And then she goes, if it comes to it, I don't... You can leave Bright Bloom, but we have a tow truck.
What? Is that for me, Mom? Is that for
The
me?
comms
Leaving
go
it?
down.
She loves
but,
me.
But the ape
Yeah,
is
she loves
there,
me.
continuing to punch its forearm and its face as it's trying to regain control. As if you want to control it for another round, you have to reestablish it and continue to beat its hacking. So what are you guys doing now? As another ape, the ape that was behind you now from the activity of the ape in front of you, it's gotten its attention and it starts to sort of like just sort of pound its way over.
I'm
Kinda like-
hacking that one if I can.
Yeah, can I? I guess as she's hacking it, I want sort of like the MMORPG. I want to kite the apes, like chaff, kite. Like, get their attention and just like make them follow me.
Okay, yeah. As soon as so go ahead and give me a interface check. As soon as you release control over the initial ape's hand, it ground pounds the street below its feet, shattering the cement and throwing up shards in the air as it turns and it just leaps after you. Go ahead and give me a reflex plus driving. What'd you get?
I got a 26.
Oh, it's a 10. Wait, natural
Sure.
10, so 37.
Wow.
30.
Wow. Okay. So what are you doing with the hand?
If possible, I would like it to get into a fist fight with the other ape. You know, punch the other ape.
Okay, as Estrella, you are being sandwiched by these apes. One is jumping into the air after you that's in front of you. You quickly power down the car while releasing the chaff at the same time and just explode underneath its legs as it's... You just hear... as it flies out, the ape's form flies out of the chaff that you left, and the other one's form presses through the smoke and glitter and fireworks that comprises the chaff. Wait, you don't have chaff, I just realized.
I don't have chaff? I used it once.
Estrella sorry, not Estrella.
Oh, yeah, Bright Bloom
has
has chaff, so I guess I'll just go down then,
yeah,
yeah.
either way, the scene is the same, only a little bit less shiny and spectacular.
Aw.
As the ape is just like that punched him is looking pretty glorious, but also like he's also confused at its hand. But the what time is it?
8:20? 2?
Sorry, no, that and just to see when they would arrive.
Huh.
Yeah, as you're pulling forward, underneath you see the high beams of Infini's Dyson just barrel through one of the street barricades that were thrown up as the rest of the quasars spill through. Howland's tow truck, why can I never remember Drift? drifts around the corner as the cable with the hook on it just swings around, and it stops right before Bright Bloom as Howlin says, "Let me out! Let me out! They won't do it how I like! They won't do it how I like!"
I skim over and I guess I don't know. Can you scale a building, Howlin? Can you jump down like use one of your like robotic arms to just slide down or something?
Are we on the ground?
Well, yeah, you guys are pretty level with the ground as Howlin like opens the door and just rolls out his mostly mechanized upper body, taking the brunt of the damage as his forearms are sliding on the ground as he just sort of like spins up. Oh!
Get out of the
cracks his
way!
back, and then jumps into his tow truck and starts to get to work, lifting it up. The person who is driving gets out, hooks it on, and then like knocks on the back, and it's now just scraping along the ground as the apes are reorienting themselves and slamming and like jumping from building to building as the cement is cracking and falling down as you guys are pressing forward through this storm.
Like, can you release the chaff in Bright Bloom then? Howlin? I don't know that.
You see the individual who was assisting Howlin and driving originally, like look back at Howlin in the driver's seat. Like there's an exchange going on between them, and he just like, and you see him start climbing the crane and like slide down the cable and just into Bright Bloom's broken and shattered just through the windshield. And you start to see them just like go to town on the controls, and you as chaff spills out, arcing in both directions. Again, with a mix of colorful fireworks, as trying to be as flashy as possible. And the apes just sort of like start fighting amongst each other as they're wading through the chaff. It's like you see the flickering of their lights in there. I actually don't know if this is how chaff works. I know that it disrupts electrical signals, I think.
So they just be like,
But-
whoop. Fighting in the
exactly.
dark, I guess.
They're like going insane, just like punching random things, as even pieces of their arm as it goes through the chaff like dies and then reasserts itself as it leaves the chaff. But these two individuals you are clearly blowing past, and you are on what is mostly the periphery of the city now, arcing away.
Are we going further from the storm or closer to this? Are we further from the eye of the storm or closer to the eye of the storm, I guess?
The Eye of the Storm may be a big place, Estrella, but we don't want to go back there anytime soon.
Ah, that's what we're headed. Okay. Okay, Mahawk. All right.
What happened?
I'm not sure. Van Gloria seemed to say we were too bright, which seems odd since he was the brightest one there, but...
Well, exactly. He doesn't like competition. It's hard to shine. Everything is dim and dull when he's in the room. Comparatively, of course. I can't believe he would betray the Conclave.
I think he's working with a machine. The next time you see him, don't trust him. Don't. Okay, what can you say, Tink and Netra? What I...
You guys forgot to tell me that you had a bounty on your head.
You do as well!
No, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Did you put it there?
You're a member of the Mortal Code, so yes.
Great! Just great!
Uh,
Well, I guess we'll talk about this later then.
That picture of your face up there, that Netra put up there, it was in view of the city, so...
Fantastic. Well, Miss Tetra,
you don't know
They
how
came
far
after
away
the
that
bounty.
was. Yeah, you don't know how far away that was displayed.
that's what happened. We now have a bounty. Or had. For what reason, I don't know. It was not shared with me.
Awful
But
mess. Awful mess.
it must be enough to disrupt your guys' whole race thing that you had going on.
it's pretty. It's I mean, well, you'll find out what the bounty is at some point, you know. Until that time, we'll take a break. That was a bad transition. It's about halfway through the episode right now, so we will be taking about a 20-minute break, and we will be back here at 50 is what I'll say, because it could be different for a few different people. So we'll be back here at 50. Thank you guys for joining us so far. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and thank you again for spending your valuable Thursday evening with the Sasapunks. Until Fate Next brings us together in 20 minutes' time. Nobody's pressing the thing.
Welcome back, SASAPUNKS. When last we left the Mortal Code, they were escaping the treachery-torn city of the broken city of... the dead city of broken apes, where the
What?
eyes... Huh?
What? Sorry, it was confusing.
What I said?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The Dead City, Broken Apes.
So, well, sorry, and I have it written down as the dead city of broken apes, but like there really was no official terminology for this place, so I confused myself. So they are riding away with the quasars, away from the treachery of the other nomadic tribe, the Comet Kazis. Vaingalore Vivid had betrayed them at the top of the Spire after they had won the Grand Prix, and all of their rewards, well fought for, are burning in the back of a twisted and torn semi. We pick up now with them driving through the Radstorm, arcing their way around the eye, going course correcting back in the eastern direction they were originally headed. To not only beat and break the storm, but also head to the Citadel, which is a many kilometers north of New Samarkand. But yeah, so this is where we pick up, barreling through the storm. Where is everybody seated? Are all of you guys back in Bastion?
I guess, Light Rider's still with us because we didn't drop him off either, so.
I think Light Rider is now the only one in the back seat. I'm pretty sure we're all in the front seat. The front two.
But we have you, me, Netra, Adina, and Light Rider.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're driving. Who's in the passenger seat?
I'm between the driver's seat and the passenger seat with Adina. Which, after recovering from the, I'll call it yell shock of her screaming, I'm going to start moving her into the back seat. And then I'll scurry into the back seat as well. So we're not all crammed up here.
Now you're all just crammed in the back seat. Unless, Netra, where are you at?
I was originally in the passenger seat.
Okay, so you're still there. Okay. And you guys drive for many minutes forward. The continual sort of lightning, sort of thunderous roars from the lightning continually happening all around you. Few minutes pass, and Light Rider, if anybody's watching, just in silence, after many minutes of silence, just displays awkward ... on his visor, and then actually it's like exclamation point, and he quickly reaches up and grabs your shoulder, Netra, and says, "Rematch," displaying across his headset.
Can I hack his visor again?
It's like, you just had your rematch and you lost on the race.
Read my lips. No.
He just looks to you, Astray, and says, "Don't butt in." Display across his...
Dang.
You just had your match.
Did you say no, Netra?
Yeah, that's what I said. Read my lips. No.
He just opens the door and jumps out.
Wow.
Throws his longboard, throws his like hoverboard
I
down.
saved
and just,
him.
Continues as he's like passes from one vehicle, grabbing on as it's trailing, as he's trailing behind them, and then he goes to another vehicle and just disappears. No appreciation.
This will have like really thrown me off. As soon as he opens the door and starts to go out, I would have been like, "No!" And then I'm like, "Oh, well, that's cool."
Yeah. So things are pretty much as usual in the Radstorm. Lots of sound, lots of noise, disruption. Anything you guys are doing specifically?
Don't we have to like roll up the windows and everything?
Pretty much, yeah. Like the only reason Light Rider is comfortable outside is because he is a fully, like there's no portion of his skin that is showing, and he has a like a rebreather mask on.
Oh, well, I will then quickly close the door after him, and make sure the windows are up.
And talk amongst yourselves. Figured out as I reinitiate the tunes.
So we are then away from the apes. They're in the rear view mirror at a distance.
There is. Yes, they are behind you. You have circumnavigated the city.
Cool.
So, when were you guys gonna tell me about the fact that you're wanted? You gonna tell me why? Estrella?
Don't worry about it.
Netra?
You're not supposed to see the
That's
chat.
awful. That's awful.
Maybe that's why he was like, "You're gonna have to explain."
Hello?
I'm sorry.
Well,
He just asked when you were going to tell him that you guys are wanted.
When was I gonna? I thought you already knew. Why else would you just so willingly jump in the car with us?
'cause I thought you were good people.
We are good people.
Then why are
Wrongfully
you wanted?
accused.
Really?
Why are you crazy?
Hey,
Both equal questions.
me first. Wait, you first. Why are you wanted?
We messed with the wrong people in Robo City 16. What can I say? We pissed off the Robos.
Was all that ruckus back there?
No. We had nothing to do with that.
No.
No. You're in good company. Trust me. Now I'm gonna lift up my visor and look at him.
I usually trust people
Very
when they tell me the
sternly.
truth. And you seem to leave out some very, very important details.
Well, you're stuck with us now.
Slipped your mind? That's my job.
I'm gonna
Well.
turn my music up louder to drown out Tink.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely just like you see the headset like vibrating, and it's even sort of pulsing out some bass, but it's like very muted, intense music playing from it.
Oh yeah, you can play at that game.
There's nothing in there.
Oh yeah! Oh baby! Yeah! This is my
No,
favorite
5
jam!
more minutes of this, please. Don't interrupt.
Quality content.
You guys continue through the storm for about another few hours. By your estimations, you're about 2/3 the way through the 2,000 kilometers of this storm. You do see that Infinity, the Dyson, the articulating armor-plated vehicle that is now heading the caravan in replacing Bright Bloom, also has Tetra in it. Your mother and father are riding together, and you see them sort of start to guide the caravan towards the most condensed portion of lightning and thunder. And you know that it's only a matter of time before you hit another rad storm. About another hour driving, and you'll be in the thick of it.
During that hour, can I get Vital Lift to patch up some of my holes, I guess?
I forgot I was here. It's a bumpy ride. You guys never disappoint. Always an exciting time. Where?
As he's like, look, he's
Where you
circulating.
can see all
360
all my liquids leaking out of my body. That should, where holes shouldn't be, there's holes. Like, come on.
Do you look really rough?
Yeah, I'm way below. I'm seriously wounded. Seriously wounded. Yeah.
So
Luckily, I got the pain pills, so
So
it's
am
like
I.
okay.
We're all seriously wounded. Great.
Yeah, so that's why, like, as soon as you said that, he's just like spinning around. His sort of like analyzing beam is coursing up and down all of you, and he's like, "Oh, where to begin?" All right, Stray. Hole here. Ooh, hole over here. Ooh, that's a deep one.
That's the wrong hole. What are you doing?
I'm so sorry. We'll work up to that one.
It goes to another one. So you take 20 points of healing.
I've got one more. Cartridge.
What
Don't
is
worry-
going
don't
on
worry
over
about
here?
this.
Are you dead?
Basically, I'm at 8 points.
Oh.
Now that you guys,
The refresh
Netra, go
didn't
ahead and
heal
take
me,
it.
right?
You look
You know, the
pretty
refresh
bad.
didn't heal you. It just sort
Okay.
of brought you back to normality.
Okay. Yeah, I could use it. Coughing up blood a little bit.
You guys look a little better. Now, you don't have to say anything, because clearly, I don't think you will, Estrella.
Well, you were,
Don't
you were
avoid-
you were busy betraying us before we could tell you so.
Don't avoid conversation. You know, I think when it comes to a moral dilemma, I'll take the reins here.
You betrayed us though, so you don't have the moral reins before.
This is getting juicy. When did I betray you?
Oh, when you decided to not tell us that your manticore friends were around?
I was at gunpoint. That's why I couldn't tell you the truth.
Still.
What's your reason for
Still.
lying?
Cause you let them put us at gunpoint as well.
Okay, maybe you don't understand how a hostage situation works.
you gave them us
But I
basically,
don't
so
have control.
we couldn't tell you anything if since they were attacking us. We had to leave immediately. So
And
what?
then we left.
What would you expect us to
and
do?
still
Tell you right in the
living a
middle of
lie.
that we're doing this? Like, no, you didn't ask afterwards. Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, this guy's still with us. Do we tell him?
How
He's
can
gotta
I
know
ask a
something.
question like, "Are you wanted? Is there a huge bounty on your head?"
It's simple.
That's
yes.
not a
Ask a
random-
question.
Don't
why?
ask, don't
why are
tell.
you on the run? Why are you on the run?
We can't answer a question
my
that you
motto,
didn't
Netra.
ask.
You just look like a bunch of people who needed some help. Now I see I was being taken advantage of. Okay.
Again.
Have you or have you not had the best adventure of your life, old man? Since you've been with us.
I've lived a long life, full of adventure.
We can drop you back off at your junkyard with your trash friend.
How dare you? Breaker was a better friend than you'll ever be. He never lied. It seems you needed me. I will bring morality to your code, because it very much seemed missing.
I'm just going to ignore him and just keep driving.
Yes, we understand how you operate.
Yes.
We're called Mortal Code, not Moral Code. I turned my headset up to level 11.
Great point there, Netra. Great point. What have I done?
Okay, so during this time, Vitalith is sort of humming to himself, very 343 Guilty Spark like as he's tending to your wounds, Netra. You healed also 20 points.
Yes!
I'm gonna use
I'll patch myself up.
the last skin graft that was in the bag o' drugs and
Bag o'
medicine.
drugs.
Okay. About half an hour passes.
Wait, how many points? Is that also 20 points?
Oh, sorry. The skin graph is 15 points. Vitalith is worth 20 points because he was significantly upgraded thanks to the
remnants of dust.
I paid a lot of money for those upgrades.
You are at the threshold of the next portion of hyper dense storm that extends across the horizon in front of you. You know that currently where you're at, it's like not entirely lethal to be outside of the car, just partially lethal. Inside of the storm, that's when the actual radioactive rain, if it touches you, can do a bit of damage. As you're getting closer, the caravan is pushing forward. You see, Netra, in your rear view mirror that...
Estrella?
Sorry, Estrella.
See Metra in your rearview mirror.
You both have A's at the end of your names, all right? So, and R's, and and T's, and E's. You share most of your name, all right? So it's not my fault.
Vowels?
And letters,
Yeah,
honestly.
vowels.
We have vowels?
Yeah? Nobody uses vowels anymore, man. Vowels are dead. That's a dead language. All right.
That's a good point.
Yeah, woo. You see pulling up, hanging on the side of hanging on the driver's side of a buggy, is actually Vox Domino, the driver that was competing with the Quasars in the Eyes Grand Prix. Taken out a bit early, but he's sort of like hanging on the side. Again, dark-skinned, visor almost like built into his face, and he's just hanging onto the side. And the buggy pulls up next to Bastion, and he's making this sort of like roll down window gesture to you, Netra. Since you're in the passenger seat, he's like pulling all alongside the passenger seat, and he's like making the roll down the window. So.
I roll it down just a little bit.
Okay. He goes, I had to make it over here to tell you how stellar it was to race with the Mortal Code. You may just be making waves with everyone else, but I've been a fan for a long time. And he looks towards Adina and he goes, "Is that Adina?" And the voice actually sounds kind of familiar to you, Netra. Go ahead and make an opposing, Where is it?
Is it reputation?
No, an opposing interface check. And
Natural 10.
Oh, wow.
27.
Nicely done. You see this like scrolling of lettering across your HUD as you are looking at it, and it says, well, first you hear Adina say, "Don't take me back," as she's actually sleeping right now. She almost like mutters that in her sleep. Netra, you see, interference thwarted, or something like that, like hacking, it's like a notification that your system was intervened with.
Like someone tried to hack it?
Yes.
I see.
And you see his fingers as he's like holding on to the side of the car. The fingers curl around the window, and he goes, "I thought I'd feel different. I'm sorry." And you see the sort of like lines making his. No. Look, I'm doing a description right now. This is what you see. You can't just like say I do this when you're seeing a scene in a split second. All right. There are seams along his head, his bald scalp, that sort of separate into many more seams, and those seams, those separated seams, sort of start to curl out from one another like articulating limbs as his head almost falls apart into the mechanical spiders that you saw. A Tink, the single mechanical spider that you saw in the engine of the garden, the Quasar's Goldilocks vehicle with all the drugs and medical supplies in it.
Have popped the shield?
And the shield is large enough to actually keep him inside of it.
Never mind that.
But spilling through the window are 4 of these spiders from his head.
Great.
Those aren't good.
And it seemed like before that he was like struggling internally. Spiders you recognize, but 4 of them spill inside. 2 of them, you can act like after the spiders came inside. Now you can act.
Great.
So you can roll an opposing sort of like dexterity check if you would, if you want to. But 2 of the spiders jump straight at Adina, and they start wrapping around.
I'm
her,
gonna
connecting.
Can I do anything?
Yeah, you can. But
Yeah.
I'm describing this. They're connecting.
I'm closest to her, so I'm going to try and like bat them away.
Roll an athletics check. Dex plus athletics. As their legs are extending and connecting to each other, almost forming this exoskeleton around her in her sleeping form. And
12.
12, they are continuing to connect around her form. And Estrella, one of the spiders out of the 4, connects onto the steering wheel and starts to go boop, 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 boop.
I unlatch the steering wheel and just throw it out the window and put the. Actually, never mind.
How do you unlatch the steering
Shouldn't-
wheel?
like,
Is it
it's
just,
a racing-
what is it? There's a simple little switch to do that?
On some cars.
Give me one
That's
of those
why I
cars.
don't know
One
if
single car.
Bastion has that. It's a tech car, isn't it? So it shouldn't just be a
So
button
you
like
just
beep,
toss the steering wheel out the window.
and just hold like a wrench like on the bar. But if there's nothing, if you can't do that, then I guess I'll just pull the spider off and throw it off. Yeah.
The second spider connects to your headset, Netra, and make another interface opposing check.
I'm gonna try and hack the spiders.
Okay, but first make an opposing interface check.
Natural 10.
Oh.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah, your screen goes black for just a split second, and you hear, "Hello, Netra." The familiar voice.
Wait,
from
is her
the...
headset working still? I thought she gave cables.
No, that was her original headset, not
Oh.
the prototype headset. As it attaches to your headset itself and starts drilling inside, you manage to hack in, not only like prevent it from accessing your system, but you hack into it itself, and you can do whatever you want with the spider that's like connected to your temple right now.
I'd like to throw it out the window.
Okay, so you guys are rolling down the window. You are rolling down the window?
I didn't.
You said you were throwing the steering wheel out.
I said no since you said I can't pull the steering wheel off, so I'm just gonna grab the spider and try to rip the spider off. But
Okay, give me an athletics check. You're rolling the window down. You throw the spider out. Now Adina has this like almost around her legs and her arms.
yeah.
In her sleeping form, this spider-created exoskeleton just stands her up, grabs the door handle, and opens it and jumps out.
What? Was there anything that we can do?
You can. What would you like to do? You failed your initial check to get them off of her.
Yeah, but she just did a lot. I would have liked to.
The spiders connected, and she just jumped out. Like it wouldn't take that long to just go.
Okay, well, I mean, there's nothing. As an old man, I can't do anything. Then she's out.
She's gone.
You have
Adina jumped.
one.
We gotta go back for her.
Do we?
As
Yes.
the storm is raging in front of you, and Tetra and an Infinity disappear into the Dyson, as well as the entire caravan are pushing forward. Adina,
I
you
ta-
see as you look out of the. What would you get for your athletics check?
12.
I go into the med bag or the drug bag, grab a rad tab, and toss in my mouth. I also get a one of the reflexes, jam it into my leg, and pump the drug into my leg, and then jump out the door after Adina.
I'm going out!
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Please come back for me!
Astrea, make a hard
Can I get a
U-turn.
D10, somebody?
The cars may blow up in the next 10 seconds, so I have,
I'll
have
try
no
and
idea.
hack it.
Yeah, Netra, you still have one move of your. What do you? Oh, thank you.
I'd like to try and hack the spider that's on the steering wheel.
Okay. If you get, yeah. Well, I can't tell you because you'll just dump a bunch of luck points into
No.
it. But yeah, go for it. As the right back door opens, Adina disappears and out of it. You see her roll on the ground for a few seconds and then get up and just start running backwards. Like running in the opposite direction as her exoskeleton is just like, her head is like to the side a little bit, and you see this shimmering sort of like sphere appear over her head. And then the left door pops open and you just see Tink. Go ahead and give me an athletics check, or whatever you think is most appropriate for this. I believe it would be athletics, but what'd you get for your hacking?
23.
Oh,
I'll use
wow.
2 points of luck,
I shouldn't have given you that.
and I'll
Not very good.
make that a 20.
You have a 20?
Like I said, I used 2 points of luck, and the reflex doubled
And-
my.
Okay, and you're
my
on
roll.
reflex right now. Okay, just like dumping the drug into you, taking a deep breath as like your focus hones in on like 3 to 4 times scope on the even just like the seat in front of you as you open the door and just jump right out after just like slamming yourself with drugs. Netra, as you are like trying to work inside of the system of this spider, it is past the point of no return. And Tink, behind you, you hear
So
Can I-
we're
can I
probably
borrow-
Oh my
dead.
gosh.
10d6.
I'm dead if you roll even
It's
ones
up
with
to
those.
you to,
You got 20 points of health back.
to carry on our
10d6
legacy.
though. Like,
I'm in the middle of a
if you get a
rest
2
stop,
or a 3 with
not in a
like,
vehicle.
yeah, none of those are a 1, so.
8, 10, 14, 18, 20, 22, and 26 points of damage. Your car takes that much as well. I actually don't believe
The car's
it.
destroyed then, I think. Because it had 60 and it went down to 240. Oh no, never mind. That's only 26 damage. You said, isn't it? 27.
Sorry, let's do this again. 14, 18, 20, 26. Yeah, 26 points of damage. So everybody in the car, including you, Netra, takes 26 points of damage. The car itself takes 26 points of damage. It was from the race, it was at 31 points of damage from when Howlin was driving it. So it's literally at 4 points of health right now with a lot of armor.
Yep.
You are about, now you are, I would say 45 meters away from Howland. Both of you are in the same vehicle. Howland, you see Adina sprinting off. Everybody roll initiative right now.
Is this?
Why you keep saying
effective at
Howland?
all?
I'm sorry. Howland is a similar class as Tink. So, and I suppose
But-
in my
okay,
mind
so
there's
you
like a
see
kinship.
Tink
Yeah.
running.
I'm sorry. Yes, Tink. Replace Howland with Tink. I'm afraid I can't let you ignore me, Dave. Pretty much.
Initiative, I guess.
Yeah, everybody roll initiative.
I don't have all my dice here. I think you have my D10.
I do have your D10.
Wait, I thought that was ours.
No, I brought mine back.
Wait, does the minus go to the initiative as well?
You sure?
I'm seriously
Missing a
using
D2.
It's initiative is dex based, so
Remy, is it?
whatever your dexterity is, you can add it to your initiative.
But I'm does the seriously wounded go towards initiative as well, like the -3 or?
Oh yes, everything.
No? Okay, well, then I guess that's.
Oh, is that her?
It is.
Is it the?
Oh,
Fifth,
he handed me that
14.
one. I don't think. No, that's not the
Yeah, this is the regular one.
Hmm.
This is just a regular dice.
14. 14 is your initiative.
This is mine. It came out of this one.
You're right. I think they just thought it was their yak horns. So, 14 total.
Yes, 17 minus 3. Yeah, 14.
Okay. Tink.
I got a 5.
Okay.
Wait, sorry.
Natural?
You add
17.
reflex.
Yeah. You double your roll.
Oh, sorry. Then 18.
Oh. Nudge.
Does critically wounded affect this?
Critically, is that 1 point?
I'm at 2 points.
You take away 3 from your roll.
All rolls.
All rolls, yeah. So.
That's where I'm at right
14.
now. Like
So
any
14.
hits
Oh,
and I'm
so
dead.
what's your dexterity?
My dexterity is 10.
What's yours?
10.
Fuck. Roll for it.
10?
10. Oh
It's
well.
a roll off. 2.
Ha! Okay. So
Whoa.
sorry. I had my must have. It happened, so I had to. And Tink with Adina's small form encased in a very light exoskeleton, running in the opposite direction past cars, just like sprinting after them as they're like driving to the left and right of it. What would you like to do?
I'd like to close with, catch up to her. As I'm running, I'm readying my jumper cables, and yeah, I'm setting it to like, I don't know, it's a guesstimate, but not maximum. It'll be like, you know, half voltage.
Okay, you see a purple suede coated buggy drive past you and then change their course as dust is exploding everywhere, and they pull up alongside you facing Adina. And you fancy a ride in Binge's buggy round 2? I could use another IOU.
Oh yeah!
And I'm gonna jump in.
Okay,
We
and
need
then
to get that girl!
most all of the other vehicles drive past you and disappear into the storm. You hear crackling over the destroyed radio. Where are you? What? And
What else did they say?
okay, so Tink, yeah, you. So this driver pulls up to you. You hop in. You tell him to go towards Adina. Okay.
We need that girl back! Pull me up, or pull us up there!
That's a creepy sight. What's she doing running away? And he's saying this as he's like shifting into gear. Just like pulls. forward as fast as he
I'll
can.
latch on with my the rig that I got that Howland gave me after making those jumps.
You're on the outside now, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm doing that like sidecar kinda
Passenger side?
snatch up.
Or driver side.
The like sliding door side. 'Cause I imagine that the door is slid open. I'm like latched on and like leaning out, so I can just
Left
grab
or
and
right?
pull her in. We'll say right side.
Okay.
I feel like they're usually on the right side.
Okay. And again, she was like 45 meters ahead of you, so it'll be until next turn until you can catch up. Astray, what are you doing? As you
the
are.
car is destroyed, so I mean.
The car still has it's like 4 or 5 points of
Would
health
it be able
left.
to drive with at 4 points of health?
Certainly not, at max certainly not at the most capacity. So,
yeah.
okay.
but you can drive. It's just gonna you depending on your driving skill and ability, it may take more damage or less damage.
I mean, there's nothing I can really do. I can't catch up to Jay, or I can't catch up to Tink or anything. So I'm just gonna try and stabilize the car, I guess. I'm not sure.
Perfect. It's called Pursuit. Okay, give me an auto tech. If you get above a 20, you can roll a d6 for health on the car.
Yeah, it's not above a 20.
A natural 9 is not above a 20?
For driving?
For
Would you double?
Tech plus drive.
My intelligence is halved.
Driving. Oh, well, it's not a. It's none of those are intelligence, are they?
Oh,
Oh, and it's minus
no,
3.
Tech, yeah.
Which is weird that tech wouldn't be intelligence. That's kind of an interesting thing there. This song fades in, Tink,
Wait a minute.
as Benji bumps up the tunes. You're just hanging on the side.
Well, I can't help but head bob.
Wow, nope, it's a 19.
Do you have any luck left?
I suppose,
Yeah, up to you. Netra.
I will
Also, what do you?
Well, what
Are
would
we in
that
the
do?
middle of a rat storm?
I guess I'll use that one
we
point
in
of
the
luck to
storm?
stabilize the car, I guess, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so... Turns it into a 20, so it's no longer smoking, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, you pretty much take out all of, like the mini fire extinguisher. You start tapping through all of the digital displays and like diverting power to different sort of core functioning systems, taking away the power from the areas that are on fire. Like you are also finding a lot more functionality in the touch screen as to what this car can do than you even knew about before. So it's like there are even sort of functions that are like you hear as there's like small different extinguishers putting out other fires in different areas. Roll a d6. 3 points of health back to the vehicle. So I think it's at like 8 or 9 maybe.
4 plus 3, yeah.
7. Netra, you are up, but none of the secondary functions are up. You can just drive this vehicle, but it's still in pretty poor shape.
In the bag of drugs that Tink had, is it obvious which drugs are which?
There are nice little dainty labels on them.
I'm going to pop some of the rad pills,
Okay.
and then I'm going to like hobble my way into the gun. What is that called? On top of the car?
Yeah. So you're manually operating the
thing?
turret.
Yeah. And I'm like aiming it behind us, right?
Yeah.
At where we just came from.
At Adina?
No, not at Adina, but at like any enemies in the area. Cause did that one car just speed away from us, or are they still back there?
They're helping.
No, the original one with the spider head guy.
That car continued to drive. I would say
Like,
not
super
necessarily
fast?
retconning, but adding past context that I forgot to add. The driver was like looking out of the window and like covering their mouth and turning their steering wheel away as the spiders started to like as his head started to separate into different spiders. They were like, "What the fuck?" And they just like drove right into the
So
rat
they
storm.
didn't even know that they had that ability? What the
This
heck?
is a person who's been a part of the Quasars for a long time.
Yeah, I'm just going to protect the car then. But I'm very like...
Okay, give me a will plus will plus concentration at advantage because you took the rad pills.
I would like to be, essentially, I'd like to jury rig, use my special ability to jury rig the harness system. You said that there are two clamps attached to the harness. One clamp, the carabiner is attached to the vehicle. The other one I want to jury rig to the jumper cables, so that My plan is to try and make contact. Shock the spiders, and then quickly attach the carabiner to, like, basically shock and grab onto the spiders, so it like pulls her. So I am essentially attached to Adina.
Okay.
It honestly doesn't seem like that complicated.
She doesn't like look behind her or anything, but you see her form get closer to the ground and start moving more rapidly, trying to get away. But the buggy, it's still going at the possible speed that her limbs can provide.
Step on it!
The buggy is gaining
This
distance.
girl's important!
You don't see any enemies approaching necessarily, Netra. So, yeah. So you know. So Tink, it is your turn now.
Is there anybody else in the car besides Benji?
No.
Okay.
Benji! Whatever you do, we need this girl! Drive! This'll be what you owe to me. We'll be even! Square!
I don't owe nothing to you. You owe me. You gave me the IOU.
No. Sorry, just to jog your memory. We gave him power cells, and then you said that personal help if we need it, and free pickings from their stash. Benji's buggy.
You're sure it's Benji's buggy?
I'm positive I wrote it down.
Just the
It said,
Slade
Benji's
buggy is
buggy
like-
equals personal help if we need it / free pickings from their stash.
I think the free pickings from the stash was that one time.
Oh, I'm on a splice of a few different chemicals right now that makes me Jamaican man. So let's go. You got it.
And they say I'm crazy. You know what?
As you look in, his eyes are just like swirling in this intense glow. Girl, pup right next to her. Got it. Just sails forward, and they do make it in time. But as like you're looking inside at the speed gauge, it's like 70 miles an hour, and Adina is running at least maybe like 50 to 60 miles an hour. Just dust exploding from behind her.
Whoa.
So as you get closer, go ahead and make a dexterity plus. I would say there's no like sleight of hand, so like brawling, because it's like how quickly. I'll either say brawling or athletics, whichever one works.
Natural one.
As you're like lurching forward with the jumper cable clamps, just about to get onto.
Can we say that, like, he aggressively, I don't know, like, shifts the car's momentum, and then I kind of like fly out, you know, like get wrenched back, just jostled, and very unsuccessfully, or I don't succeed in anything besides getting fucked up. You know, like slam until the tether is taut, and then slam back into the car.
Wow. Yeah, we'll say that Adina, you see. No, she wouldn't look behind her shoulder because that's not how the technology works. She just stops abruptly, and Benji goes, "Oh boy!" Oh, and then sort of like spins the wheel drastically as you sort of are jostled from the side of the car as it's spinning, and you're just like flying around before he comes to a stop. Adina continues to run away, and you... Can I get 2d6s? You take 4 points of damage as you wrap around the vehicle, and back just sort of like slams into the trunk. Estrella. You're up.
Oh,
I forgot what Bastion.
Dina's just.
I guess I'm just gonna ask Tink what is actually happening, since I can't see what's going on over there. You're using the one of the beads I gave him, I guess. Yeah.
And you guys can't talk at any distance now, so.
Well, you would hear.
Ow!
I mean,
We're trying to catch the girl. Just head backwards. Watch out for the cars. Step on it.
if you didn't hear the explosion, the car can't move very fast, so we'll be there, but it'll take a while.
You're weirdly calm right now.
Can I get over the comms as well and be like, we'll be there in maybe an hour? And then I'm gonna slump into the back seat.
We don't have
And
an
I'm
hour.
just gonna hold myself and think to myself, like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Oh.
Was this child worth it? I don't know.
The morality of the mortal code has left the building with Jay.
That's
he
ironic.
was the only moral one, kinda.
It's kind of like
That is
his extreme made us realize that we need to tone it down. We need to be moral. But then now we have no extreme. It's like, well, we'll all be extreme.
Okay then. So, Tink, you are back up.
I mean, I have to. We're at the whim of Benji's buggy, and if it can catch up to her.
He's starting it back up, and like, what the fuck is going on, mate? What happened there?
I can't explain it. The spider things are on her and are controlling her. Somebody's trying to capture her.
I swear that bounty comes with collateral damage, it seems.
I just heard about that too. It's not important. We're on a rescue mission.
As like the wheels are sort of like drowning through the thick clumps of clay and dirt before it gains traction and rips through the ground going forward.
I would look for one of those lightning rods in the vehicle.
Oh yeah, he has like a satchel or a quiver of them on the side of the vehicle.
Benji, we should probably throw down some of these. Yeah?
You trying to kill her, mate?
No, I'm trying to give him a trail to find us. Should anybody try?
Oh, you leave that to old Tabernacle. We'll be able to find our way, all right?
Oh, okay. Well, then.
You sure you don't want to chuck one at her?
I have my own ways. But if it comes to it,
You ever seen that episode, Battle of the Bastards of Game of Thrones? She's running
You didn't like that show.
He had
You
it
can't
coming.
use references.
you're supposed to serpentine.
Get out of here.
I think that show doesn't exist anymore since that last season.
Well, pretty much, yeah.
Anyway, I'm still riding on the side then, with my little my contraption to shock and grab her.
Okay. It will take until next a turn to catch up, but again, you are gaining speed once more. Estrella.
Should I try and... Is there anything I can use to fix the car, maybe? Like, make it better than 7?
Again, any auto tech check that you do above 20 will be able to give it power. It can drive right now.
I know it can drive.
It just can't. It's not like
faster than
yeah.
snail.
Oh shit. That's at least that's exactly 20, isn't it? Because you got a 9 last time.
20, yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll a roll one of those d6s there.
1.
Oh, no. It's the like the green bar on the power continues around the sort of like the circle of its indicator, but then sort of like and only gains a little bit of power.
So it's like
Can
one
we
of
try
those
and
like,
connect
hey, you're
it to the car?
you're loading. You loaded 100% of 1% of the packet. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, yeah, 1 packet out of 280. What was the question?
Can we connect the power cell to the car?
You do have power cells, yeah.
Should be 3.
Like with a jumper cable?
Yeah, the jumper cables.
Sure, use
Are
the
there-
very
maybe
basic
there's an
knowledge
emergency
of your
kit
real
in the
brain
trunk.
as opposed to what Netra or Estrella might know. But we can say that, like, you at the very least say, like, we've got batteries in the back. Like, can we do anything with those?
It's an electric car. Maybe you can overpower. I don't know. I'm not a techie person, really. Like,
I'm gonna try and figure it out.
Okay, go ahead and give me a tech plus basic tech.
Get this dice out of
Now,
here.
give me a tech plus driving. It'd be like an auto tech.
A tech plus driving. Okay.
Yeah.
Arn, so knowledgeable about electronics. Probably just like, oh my god.
Don't facepalm too hard.
15.
Car needs power. There's power in these cells. Connect the cells to the
It's
car.
literally called power cell.
Yeah.
If it blows up in my face, I'm not gonna be happy with you. But okay.
Oh god. I'm connecting, you know.
This is our very simple-minded understanding of
So
electronics.
there's like the negative side and there's
and
positive side, and you make sure that
Do we
they're
have
connected.
any?
like
Do we
video
have any
game
jumper
logic.
cables in the car?
The
Can I search
Duracell.
the car?
Duracell battery. That's what it is.
Tink, I forget. Did you take this car's jumper cables, or do you just have jumper
I have
cables
my own.
connected to the back?
I brought my own.
By the way, I should have said this much earlier, but you would know that the power cells in the back can also work as the power cell to your backpack. Okay. So, okay, that was the knowledge to do it. I guess, is there another roll needed, or do you just...
What does it do?
Yeah, probably some like, you know, tech,
There's like, you open up the,
basic tech, cyber tech.
you open up the front of the car. First of all, I don't know anything about cars, and I know even less about
and
electronics.
it's a
So-
basic tech roll.
Yeah, it's basic. So, you open, what's the front engine compartment called?
Hood?
The hood. Thank you, God.
Well, I mean that's not a compartment. That's
Here we go. You open the already
No, it's like a Tesla port.
just yeah. It's as simple as that.
In the future, there aren't hoods. You can make up whatever word.
Nope. No.
It's a
Don't
semi-permeable hood. Okay, it's semi-permeable
Scephalophagus.
barrier. Okay, you press a button and it turns into one of those nano walls, and you just
Yeah, just disperses into particles and you sneeze because some got up into your sinuses.
Oh my
and,
God.
They know you're allergic to. Anyway,
They know you're allergic. That's the most important part.
What happened?
what did you get? A
How did they
14?
get my allergies?
I'm trying to
first?
buy time while I think of a fucking ridiculous thing.
I don't remember.
What was your
I
roll?
think
It
it
was-
was like
it
a
was like
15 or
15, yeah.
something.
Okay, so
Now we have super halogen lights. Congratulations. We can blind people with
God.
million
You have
watt candles.
super beams.
Super beams.
Our
There's
high
like-
beams are super high.
I don't know how all of this is gonna fit into 3 seconds, but not only do you remember the power the batteries in the back, but you grab one of the super heavy ones and you drag it all the way to the front and you open up the flap.
Yep.
The
The future flap.
the flingered boodle.
The flinger boodle. You open up that flinger boodle, and you see a whole bunch of sparks and madness inside. A whole bunch of electrical stuff connected to other electrical stuff. there's gas is a thing of the past, so you don't have to worry about that. And there's like a whole bunch of cables leading to one thing, and you take all those cables out of that one thing, and you start connecting them to the battery. Go ahead and give me another tech plus
Just
driving.
like took all the spark plug wires and just plugged them in. It's like, this is what we do, right? No.
Natural
Oh my
10.
God.
19.
Wow.
And after you've like, you've
I
literally
plug
just
in
like,
the battery.
you've tossed this like original component that was connected to all these cables. You just toss it over your shoulder, and you like, the battery doesn't fit, so you just like jam it in like multiple times before other components move aside. And just by a stroke of luck, you start connecting all of the, like, where does this go? Fuck it, we don't have time. As you're like looking over and you see Adina running away, and you see like Tink fly around the vehicle and slap into the back. And you like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you see the bars of like you know, energy go, and the entire car.
I'm sorry.
But and the entire car starts like starts to hover once more with like more intense vibrancy than you have experienced in the past. And you go, yes, and you slam down the
Fligger
hood,
boodle.
the fligger boodle. You slam down the fligger boodle, and it doesn't actually go down all the way. It's like mostly obscuring Estrella's view. But the car is functional, and you see the power bars go zoo, 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 zoo across all different parameters of the vehicle.
Yeah, awesome. Do you have more health, or is that just power?
Just power. I don't know how that would work for the integrity of the vehicle, but you do also have invisibility in the barrier now. And man, I need to take it upon myself to know something about cars. All right.
If you say it really confidently, then no one will know.
That is true, but I know that there are people who know. So, like, you know.
At a certain point, you can't pull something from nothing.
Tink, you are now up, and you are sort of like, you know, with the clamps in your hand, gaining on her. And Benji will be able to make it up to her this round. Can I borrow another D10?
Ooh. What's that?
Good dice, Rummy.
What? It's a regular dice.
I got a natural 10 on yours, so.
Yeah, I know, and I regretted giving it to you.
Sorry, I was distracted by your roll. Am I rolling?
Yes. What would you like to do as you're gaining on her?
Well, I'd hold until we have gained on her. And how fast did you say she's going?
Like 60 miles an hour. I don't know enough about kilometers per hour to do the translation, but you know. I want to kind of fool people from other countries into thinking maybe we're not, you know, in it from America, but
I think it's pretty obvious.
hello, welcome.
Unless you're trying to convince them that you're from
Kilomaboodles.
Scotland, Jamaica. Scamaica.
As soon as we get up to her, I would like to.
Scotland, making islands, man. Sorry.
I'd like to reach out and attach the jumper cables, which are hot. They're alive, and hope I don't kill her, but definitely disable those spiders is what I'm going for.
Okay. Can I borrow? D10 one more time. Go ahead and give me a tech plus basic tech.
That time it didn't help you.
God,
Oh, you both rolled ones, huh?
it's a natural one.
Yeah, you both rolled ones, huh?
As you connect,
Maybe this will work out.
As you connect the jumper cables to the like small cylinders that create the exoskeleton around her, as you're like driving forward, and she's you get the little teeth around the points, and everything goes black for you. Estrella, you're up.
Not good.
I guess since we have power, I'm going to start driving it back to where I think Tim and all of them went. I guess if the car.
You saw this this wild zigzag of electricity. See this wild zigzag of electricity explode about half a mile behind you. You can't quite make out what else is there.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go. I'll head. I'll follow the lightning. Chase the lightning. I'll follow that.
Okay. You're able to make it about halfway there. With the renewed power of Bastion. Netra, is there anything that you'd like to try and do in the meantime? You're inside the car.
I'm just dying in the passenger seat. Bleeding out.
Okay.
Burn marks on my arms.
Give me a will plus concentration. Tink. Tink.
Oh.
You've done your time.
Yay!
Natural 10!
There's this drowning noise in this whine in your what you hear is your first sense that you come to. As like your vision is materializing, going from black to blurry and like pulsating to materializing. You see the crackling of the lightning roll above you. So you're on the ground. And you sort of like, whoa! Especially with the drugs still inside of you right now. You see that you like look to your left, and there is a smoking, not heap, but Benji's buggy is down for the count. All of its lights are off, and you see Adina about 15 feet to your right, and she's just sprawled out, and you see two of the two different spiders, exoskeleton portions around her, like shifting, and like their mandibles are articulating as they start to they like immediately roll around onto their limbs and start rushing towards her once again.
If I can move, I'm gonna rush at her and try and beat the spiders.
You guys are about equidistant, so you as you get up. Cyberpunk rules say that getting up is you can't do anything else after that.
What if I got a 10?
I'm just gonna use D&D rules. So you have whatever your movement is, you have half of that. You were 15 feet away from her.
Hey, my movement is 9 meters.
9 meters.
Like 30 feet. Almost.
You would not make it to her in time, but you are closer to the spiders than you are her. So if you want to do something with the spiders, then go for it.
There are two of them?
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm so not physically capable.
You're an old man.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
I'm gonna run and try and kick one of them. Just like punt it out of the way. Obviously away from her.
Okay.
Am I close enough to? How big are they?
The spiders are like maybe 6 inches in diameter.
Can I try and punt one into the other, basically, or is that too advanced?
Depending on your roll, sure.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Hey.
Wow, you need to stop rolling so high.
Boom! I rolled 2 natural ones in a row. What is this? Athletics, I'm guessing.
Yeah. No, this will be brawling because you were straight up brawling.
They're the same. 23.
Okay. Is opposing brawling? Yeah. With a 23, I will say that you straight up hit with the brunt force of the top of your foot. I'm sorry, actually you were a soccer player. Would you do it with the top of your foot or with the inside of your foot?
Oh my god, top. I'm an old man.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 1d6.
5.
Okay, so the first spider takes 5 points of damage. 2 of its arms are like bent and rent as you kick it, and the other spider takes 2 points of damage, pretty much 5 halved, as it throws both of them off of their trajectory, as they're still like trying to gain control after they're purely electric organisms, so they're still kind of fucked from your natural one, as like both tips accidentally touched. And
so a lightning bolt struck us both.
no, not a lightning bolt. It's like you have no idea what you're connecting like each side to, so you're potentially connecting both sides to the same receiving mechanism, as opposed to like a positive and a negative or anything like that. Like you're just like, you're doing what I think might be the exact wrong thing, and based off technology that you don't understand. So you grabbed onto both of them, and the entire thing just discharged this like, what the fuck?
Did was it they roll a natural one as well?
Did they roll a natural one?
Yeah.
You saw me roll. This is I rolled they just got less than you did on your athletics check or your brawling check.
It's okay. Cool. That is.
So you kick them like away from her, giving you more time, but they're still sort of like rolling and picking themselves up and renewing their advance. And now I would say you guys are all equidistant, but we'll see what happens next turn, as everybody will arrive onto the scene potentially at the same time. Estrella, you made half the distance last time. You can still make it there. Is there anything outside of that you want to do? Because you're just pressing the gas pedal at this point. The electric pedal.
Not really, no.
Okay. Netra.
I'm just going to be like mumbling like deathbed things to Estrella. You know, like trying to hold her hand.
It was a good run. We did good, didn't we?
I never
Brushing her
told
hand
you
off.
this.
Yeah.
And I'm just like not finishing my sentences.
Go to sleep. Yep.
Estrella, I always hated you.
Good. Good. Hate me in your sleep.
Okay, both of you are useless, but you make it to the overturn, not the overturn, but the smoking buggy of Benji's buggy. And Tink, we're back to you. Go ahead and make an opposing athletics check.
Aww. Natural 10, baby.
Wow. So
and I'm on reflex.
So yeah. So you are like.
Can
like,
I get that motherly, super mom strength?
Yes.
Adrenaline?
We'll say that, like, you're running forward. Like, you hear, out of all of the sounds around you, your heartbeat more than anything. Goom, goom.
Slightly alarming.
Goom, goom. Goom, goom. Just, like, sprinting forward. And you see Adina's, as she's, like, pulling herself off of the ground, and her like the wind takes her hair and blows it across, and you see just like she's been riddled with small like scrapes and scratches. Her lips are incredibly dry, and these 2 skittering mechanical spiders are just in front of you as you're running. You gain the distance on them as both of them are like underneath your form, as you're only about 2.5 feet above the ground, running like a ninja. You know what I'm talking about? Just like pressing yourself forward, and you leap.
Let's keep it in the realm of I'm still an old man.
No, I like this.
Yeah, but you've taken a bunch of drugs.
It's like
you know?
a hobble.
And you rolled a natural 10. You know, what am I supposed to do except give you the last episode of Naruto?
Spiders?
Yeah, so as a spider jumps in front of you and lurches at Adina, you jump at it and just like, what is it? What is the movie that it did this in? I guess Final Fantasy Advent Children, where he slices the bike in half and like the bike explodes around another individual. Sorry, wrong reference. Okay, I'll stop there.
Getting too ridiculous.
But
it was a natural 10. Can I just do it really well? Not like an anime moment.
It's hard for me to not do an anime moment. I was gonna say you bite the spider in half.
No!
But okay, fine.
It's ridiculous.
Okay, fine. You, since you have both jumper cables, one in one hand, one in the other, as the spiders are lurching at her, you just, like, attach one of the jumper cables onto one and then another and just throw them behind you as they slap against each other and explode as you are jumping, come on. And you slide towards her and your hands go underneath her form and sort of like pick her up as behind you in slow motion, the spiders clasp together and just...
Oh.
Nuclear explosion.
Wait. Oh my. No.
Cloud explosion. In the
If
desert.
I hooked them on, can they just be broken and still on my?
Yeah, they small explosions, but their forms are still clasped in your jumper cables.
Cool.
You came for me.
I got you, kiddo.
Oh, I missed you, Tink. What happened?
We don't have time to talk. Let's go. I
Okay.
could roll a 1 at any moment.
And as you say this, like as you have her in your arms and like the spiders sort of spark drastically behind you, but are still, formed enough for you to investigate later. And you sort of like stand up with her in your arms, and then you go back down as you sort of like do one of those pats on the back, and then you stand back up again. Bastion sort of arcs around you with the doors open, and it just shows Netra in the back and it seems like she's given up on life. Both of them, both Netra and Estrella, are like soot covered, like the entire inside of the vehicle is like bowed outward.
Whoa!
And
What happened here?
Mostly destroyed. I don't know how you're driving it now that I think about it.
There's no
because
steering wheel and everything. Yeah.
the steering, you do
Well,
have
I
those,
thought you retconned that.
They blew up.
No. What I'm saying is you still have the articulating fingers that have like the rippers in them or something, so you can like insert yourself into them. This is a wild scenario here. I told you I didn't know how this was gonna go.
You guys don't look too good. Good news for that power cell, though. I'm gonna. Here's Adina. Keep her safe. The spiders are gone.
Hold her in
But
the
I don't
back
know.
seat and then like whisper very scary like deathbed things to her.
And you just hear, "Are we square now?"
I guess
Benji is like trying to start his vehicle up again. Don't
Hey,
leave me
hey,
behind.
Is
Hang
his car
tight.
okay?
What?
I was looking at Benji's car like, is his car okay?
Uh,
Well,
just a
so that's what I was
slight
gonna do
short
is
circuit.
go over there and try and fix it.
Thanks, Benji.
I
knew
think
you were good
I
for
think
it.
you've done enough. As he's like working on it himself, and he gets it up and running again. He's like, just a little short circuit here, but we're square. You're good. No, you need Benji again. You just turn around and walk away.
What? Okay, fine.
Keep that little girl away from a Swede.
It's not always this crazy. We'll see you back in the camp.
All right. Well, then I guess I'll head back over to Bastion.
Does can I help?
So it doesn't have a steering wheel?
I guess not. It doesn't have any. It did. Yeah, the bomb
Wait, I
blew
thought-
up
I
right
thought-
in the driver's seat. Well, no, you said. I said I was taking the steering wheel, and you all said, "Oh, how are you gonna drive then?" So I decided
But
not
you-
to do that
Oh, okay.
because
So you
said
do have a
couldn't do it, so it blew up. The bomb was on the steering wheel.
I see.
Well, let's try and salvage this. We gotta be quick.
Well, it can
How-
still drive. It's got
how
a lot
are
of
you
power. It's
driving?
just difficult to steer. Steer.
Well, actually,
And it's got very low health.
if you can drive this, let's turn this baby around and get back to the caravan. If we can stop
may not
somewhere.
be able to catch up to the caravan before they stop, but we'll catch up, I guess, in a day. I have no idea how fast they're going, so maybe in a day, maybe
I
in
hear
2
these
days.
babies have a lot of power. Let's just better
Has-
than metal.
It has power, but it only has 8 health
We'll worry about that later. Let's go.
as we blow up. Okay.
I'm singing like in a very ghostly voice in the back seat, the Swing Low Sweet Chariot song. I'm like going like this towards like light that I see. Like
Gosh,
it could be like the sun outside.
I see nothing's changed.
You're
with Netra.
scaring me.
How long is this phase gonna last?
Till I die.
Oh.
All right, well, man, something
Or
wrong
get
with the youth
help.
these days.
Okay. As you are shortly behind Benji, and his now just ruined suede exterior.
Oh no.
As
Have you
if
ever
the
had a
storm
suede
had
exterior? You have
nothing.
no idea what he would be going through. It's awful.
I'm dying. We don't have a steering wheel.
Trying to find improv items to use as a steering wheel. All of your driving checks will be at disadvantage until you get a steering wheel.
I'm already at -3 for everything, so.
So it sucks even more. Man, this was.
I
You
don't-
guys need a break.
I don't know if the special ability is like a daily thing, but if it's not, I'd like to jury rig something together for the steering wheel.
Sure. What would you do?
I mean, the car's already kind of falling apart. I would just try and tear arc cutter some non-essential piece of metal, and
What do you consider a non-essential piece of metal?
The car
Bumper?
only has 8.
the like
So you crawling
The-
out onto the bumper?
crawling. We're parked right now, right?
No, you guys. I thought you guys were heading
We're-
back
we're-
towards the storm.
For driving, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I
Like-
thought,
like
I thought it
if-
was like
If anything, sorry, really quick, Estrella. Like, if anything, what would make the most sense to survive the storm? Because like the glass is
It's all gone,
shattered.
yeah. And so we have no red protection. or
Is the
anything.
barrier?
Does the barrier? Well, I guess we have power. So
You have
I'll-
an
I'll-
incredible amount of power right now, so you'd have to just take a chance that that could save you.
I'll turn the barrier on then, I guess. Yeah, see what happens. See if it.
And so yeah, so you're are you then hooking alongside the outside of the bumper, or like hooking along? the
no.
outside of the-
Sorry. I kind of forgot that we just like went. If we're going, then I'm just gonna wait until we stop to try and work on the car. I would like to look at these two and see who's worse off.
It would be apparent that Netra is, only because of what Netra is doing. Right, she's laying down in the back seat, reaching towards a make-believe something. as
Okay,
though it's
okay.
her last breath.
Netra, I hope these aren't self-inflicted wounds you got, because if so, maybe step
Why
away
would
from the
they be
darkness, back into the light. Life's good, baby. Anyway, let me try and do something about this.
And I'm gonna try and use first aid on her.
Okay.
17.
Can I see the rule book really quick?
Which one?
The rule book.
There are two here though.
The one that says rule book.
But do you want the rule book? Or do you want
I mean, this one
world
has
book.
way more rules.
I'm sorry. What did you roll?
17?
Oh yeah, that's good for pretty much everything that she's at. So yeah, you heal.
Like how many points to get back? Is that how you're looking? Oh, she was reaching
It
for
doesn't
the light.
actually. It doesn't actually say. You might not actually get any hit points back, but go ahead and just roll a d6. That was what it was for the car. So.
Come on, baby. Oh, okay. 3!
Hey.
5 points of health. Wow, wow. Sorry.
The light just gets more vibrant.
It's turning into a disco ball.
Yeah. Now, actually, more the destroyed ceiling materializes in front of you, and you are brought very harshly back into the real world.
Oh.
You are not escaping your current circumstance.
I see.
And you see like Tink's smiling face, like life is good, baby, smiling above you. It's like it was like that scene where like light was fading in, and then like you saw the flapping of angel wings sort of like descend down towards you, like Netra, we've been waiting for you. Netra, where are you going? No, Netra, life's good, baby. Welcome back.
It's just the angels' faces are all Keanu Reeves, and then it like slowly fades into Tink's face. Old man face.
You're all beautiful.
Why are you looking at me like that?
No. No!
That's right. I don't like you like that.
I'm just gonna huddle up into the corner of the back seat.
You and Adina as well. And with that, as you guys break the barrier of the lightning dense storm inside of the Randstorm, that is where we will pick up next time on SASAPUNKS. Thank you for joining us, everybody, for this wacky and wily episode. I had a good time. Remember to check out Acheron, their Kickstarter from Dark World Studios. We will be playing that in the days to come. We still need to sort of figure out on which day works best for us. Remember the giveaway that we'll be giving away in a very giveaway fashion next week when we give away the giveaway.
I just want to point out for the giveaway, I don't know if it was mentioned, but if you are already one of our followers, then you are already entered into the contest, as per usual.
On actually Twitch and Facebook Gaming, can we do both of those, or is it just Twitch?
You only mentioned Twitch.
Sorry, Facebook Gaming. No one. Let's be honest. Nobody watches us on Facebook.
There was
Gaming.
two
You
people
don't
on
know
there.
that.
I'm
there
sorry.
are 2 people watching right
Hey.
now.
I think one of those.
I'm sorry.
was
Thank
one
you,
or, one
2
or maybe
people.
both of those are us.
Yeah.
But if they're not, thank you,
You don't know
greatly.
that.
I appreciate your individual contribution and passion.
I think I'm one of those. Yeah.
It's both of us. It's both of us. All right.
yeah.
So, remember, we're trying to break 100 followers on Twitch. We have a week to do so. So we should be good. But just go ahead and share that with all the people. Share SASAPUNKS with all of the people that you feel would enjoy it. And we'll catch you all back here next week, where one of you will be winning a fantabuloso Cyberpunk 2077. Until then, never stop playing until I fucked it up.
Whoa.
Somebody else should do it.
What's happening?
I'm sorry. And wait. As always, SASAPUNKS, until fate next brings us together, and never
Always
stop
worship the
playing
Dark
role-playing
Lord.
games.